It's time for exciting live and local sports action on Richmond's very own WBON TV, the leader in local sports television. Watch live on your big screen with the WBON TV Roku channel or by streaming the live player at WBONTV.com. And support these great local sponsors who support our community. Now, here's your announcers for the game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the friendly confines of Tomahawk Valley at Madison Central High School as we get you set for some postseason high school football action on WBON TV tonight, streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, and on Roku tonight as well. So if you're at home, you're watching on your phone, be sure to check out the Roku channel if you have a Roku TV or one of those Roku sticks, and be sure to catch the game there at home as well. It's our coverage, as always, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair here on WBON TV. And Tom and I welcome you into the Citizens Guarantee Bank pregame show. With Citizens Guarantee Bank, folks, your accounts are as close as your phone. You can bank anywhere 24/7, check your balance, deposit checks whenever you want, transfer funds, and more with the MyCGB app. Visit mycgb.com to learn more about Citizens Guarantee Bank. Michael Watkins and Tom Gross here with you for some high school football action. Tom, it's the first round of the high school football playoffs. Last year, Madison Central entered the postseason kind of an unknown, and they went on that magical run to the semi-state game for the second time in school history. You know, they had that big win in the first round. I believe it was over Oldham County, won a few games in the playoffs, won that regional championship over Dunbar. Then ran into St. X, the buzzsaw that became the state champion a few weeks after. Tonight, they begin the postseason against a team that they've never really had success with in the Blue Devils of Henry Clay out of Lexington.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Henry Clay, kind of a down year this year as far as their record is concerned, 3-7 on the season. And in the very important RPI rankings, they're down near the bottom of the list. So a little different situation for them against Henry Clay, but that doesn't mean Henry Clay won't come in here and play a great ball game tonight either.
Yeah, they're 11th from the bottom in RPI standings, but they always have athletes that can burn you. And Madison Central, Tom, is not the same team we saw start the season. They're not even the same team we saw start the game last week with all these injuries that continue to pile up. And we know that the sickness, the flu, has really hit the school system, not only Madison Central, but county-wide. Madison Southern and Berea having ill effects of that as well. So it creates a very difficult task for this Madison Central football team to repeat the magical run that they had last week. But one thing they have on their side is a Hall of Fame head coach in Mike Holcomb, who you and I have covered for a long time. And if anybody can get them ready to play some football, it's that man right there.
Well, if you remember last year, the last game of the season, it just wasn't. I credit the coaches for trying to get them ready. But when you have a game like that means nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it meant nothing last week. So how do you get a team up for that? I would really love to see them schedule the district teams that they have to play in order to qualify and get seeded, have them be the last 3 or 4 games as you get up to the end of the year.
Well, I think that's a KHSAA thing, not necessarily Madison Central, because everybody's that way. I mean,
right.
Southern had kind of a game that didn't matter to them. Henry Clay faced the same thing. O'Brien Station, all those guys. And I think the reason for that is so that the teams know they're playing in the postseason. But, I mean, these guys had senior night last week, and that's a game you want to get up for.
Yeah,
you want to
exactly.
win. You want to go out there and have a great showing for what could potentially be your final regular season game on your home field. But, again, it doesn't matter if you win or lose that game. And, last week we lost one of our best players in Brock Geets, who tore his or broke his, I think it was his tibia or fibula. I'm not a doctor, so those things confuse me. They sound the same. I don't know what they are. But he did have an injury that is going to keep him out for a few months. Obviously, that will end his career in high school football. I was talking to one of his parents before the game, and listen, that young man, he has been so good these last couple of years. Kind of an unsung hero, Tom, with the way he plays football, and was an important part of both the offense and the defense.
Exactly,
And, he was the starting running back for much of the year because of Brady Hensley's injury. And on defense, I mean, he was an undersized linebacker that nobody wanted to run up against.
Yeah, that's going to hurt, And then you got Kenyatta, who was in for one play?
Yeah.
The entire year. And
about a half. He played about a half.
About a half.
But he ran the ball one time and then he got hurt. So
so it's like it's the injury bug has been bad for the Indians this year. But again, and you've heard the coach say it, it's next man up.
Yeah.
You've got to step in and you've got to do a good job, especially tonight. There's no tomorrow if you don't win this football game.
When you're a 6A school, you have a lot of kids you can choose from. But when you have to replace guys like Kenyatta Hards and Brock Eads and some of these other guys that we'll talk about later on in the injury report, that can be very difficult to do no matter how many players you got out there. Having to replace your top guys is very difficult, and the Indians have kind of had to do that all year long. It's here live on the Citizens Guarantee Bank pregame show. Tom and I, you've seen us a couple of times up here in the Gateway Cycles broadcast booth. Gateway Cycles is located over in Mount Sterling. Folks, when it's time to choose your next ride, visit gatewaycycles.com. And, Tom, you couldn't fit one of these things under the Christmas tree, but Christmas is not too far away. It's never really too early to start thinking about Christmas. I've already got one tree up. I let my kids put up a tree last night, and I think the number of ornaments that were broke were around 15, so that was some fun. But, Christmas right around the corner. Imagine, having a wake up on Christmas morning and have one of those new, side-by-sides or ATVs out there from Gateway Cycles.
I'll take
one of those. That would be nice. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you joining us here, folks, on WBON TV. Again, our coverage each and every single week presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair right there on North Estill Avenue here in Richmond. And we appreciate you coming along with us for the postseason run. Now, we are live here on WBON TV. Madison Southern tonight. They're on the road against the team Madison Central faced last week in Southwestern. The Eagles a tough challenge to begin their postseason run. That game is live on radio. So Dawson Rule, one of our Mr. Do-It-All candidates for WBON TV, like Brock Eads is for the football team. He is doing the play-by-play tonight, filling in for Jamie Boggs and John Bailey on the color commentary for Dawson. That game is live on 103.5 WKXO and on WEKY, so be sure to tune in there. It's Madison Central and Henry Clay here in some good high school football action as we head throughout the week. Now, normally, Tom, you have a first-round matchup. The 1-4 matchup, not really many contested games, I'm sure, throughout the state tonight. The 2-3, which is what this one is. So Madison Central, the 2 seed in their district. Henry Clay comes in as the 3 seed in their district. So a lot of these games really won't be competitive. And Madison Central probably should be able to run away with this game. But when you're in a win-or-die scenario or a win-or-go-home scenario, anything can happen, and I think we'll see a tough effort and a tough competitive game here tonight.
Yeah, one thing that Madison Central has to do tonight is they need to get on the board early in this one. They need to go out. They need to run their conservative offense or whatever they choose to do in this one and get the ball down the field, move it down the field, get some points on the board, and I think that takes a whole lot of pressure off the defense. I know the Bryan Station game, boom, we're down like in a split second, it seemed, and then it was like an uphill battle the rest of the way. So big key tonight for Madison Central is to get the points on the board early and often.
Only 7 points combined in the last 2 games for Madison Central. That has got to change tonight as they begin the postseason. We'll step aside for a 3-minute commercial break, folks. We are live here on WBON TV. Appreciate you joining us. Tom Gross and Michael Watkins here live at Madison Central High School. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then, in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, We have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people, as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Hello, I'm William O'Donnell.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello, I'm William O'Donnell, your candidate for Madison County Sheriff. In these ever-changing times, I understand the need for a sheriff's office that is progressive in its approach to crime and the public safety issues within our county. If elected, my focus will be on increasing police presence, targeting street-level drug traffickers, and increasing the overall efficiency of this office. I will bring dedication and accountability to this sheriff's office so it effectively serves the citizens of Madison County. Let's make a difference on November 8th. Join me by voting William O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
Back here live on WBON TV at Madison Central High School in Tomahawk Valley here in the confines of Richmond, Kentucky. We are so glad to be with you here and high school football action coming your way. We also appreciate all of our great sponsors, especially this time of year, Tom. Election Day coming up on Tuesday. Early voting already taking place right now in Madison and surrounding counties as well. And we do want to remind you, folks, for these great sponsors, re-elect Republican Steve Tussey for Madison County Jailer, a native of Madison County who has proven he is a man of integrity and commitment. That's paid for by Steve Tussey. And vote to re-elect Reagan Taylor as your Madison County Judge Executive to keep building a better Madison County. And that is paid for by the Friends of Reagan Taylor for Judge Executive, Myron Fisher, Treasurer. Also, Matthew Vaughn is working today for Richmond's Tomorrow. Homeless once himself, Matthew Vaughn had the will and determination to make a comeback. He'll bring that same will and determination to Richmond as city commissioner and commits to putting Richmond first. Vote Vaughn for Richmond City Commissioner. It's paid for by Matthew Vaughn for Richmond City Commission. And, of course, you saw the B.J. O'Donnell ad there. William B.J. O'Donnell is running for Madison County Sheriff. He states, let's make a difference on Tuesday, November 8th. Join him by voting for William O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff. That's paid for by William B.J. O'Donnell. Kickoff right around the corner here at Madison Central High School. It's the Indians and the Blue Devils of Henry Clay, Tom. And we're here live on WBON TV. Now time for the Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game. Folks, get the keys to your next ride at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Eastern Bypass in Richmond. Visit jackburford.com to see the entire inventory at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Tom, you talked about it earlier, scoring early going to be one of the keys tonight for the Indians. They've got to put some points on the board. Last week, first two drives, the first drive, you're moving the ball down the field. You get it, inside Southwestern territory. Then an early fumble gives the ball to the Warriors. They go on to score. Very next drive, second play of the drive, you turn the ball over on another fumble. So you can't have those mistakes. You got to play clean football in the postseason if you want to win. And the key, I think the primary key tonight is getting off to a good start, put points on the board, and try to take care of this game early. You're probably the better team between you and Henry Clay. Come out here, put the game away, and get ready for next week, because we've seen with all the injuries that have bit Madison Central, if you can get a lead and you can rest some guys going into next week, could be a very big factor in them making another postseason run.
Yeah, looking at the stats, comparing the two teams as they come in to tonight's game, I know that it's not what it would have been or could have been because of injury and so forth. And I'm sure it's that way with Henry Clay as well. But Madison Central dominates, Michael, the statistics as far as rushing yards and passing yards, and the much better record with a 7-3 mark on the season. Only negative is that both these teams are coming off of a losing streak. So going to be interesting to see who goes first, who gets points on the board first, and who's going to come out and win this football game tonight.
Those are your Jack Burford Chevrolet keys to the game. Visit Jack Burford Chevrolet on the bypass in Richmond, or jackburford.com to see the entire inventory at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Madison Central and Henry Clay, glad to have you along here with us, folks. And what should be a good high school football game as the Indians get ready to begin their postseason run. Of course, we know what happened last year. Very similar regular seasons to last season. It's what the Indians had this year. Same regular season record. I think it was 7-3 in each season. And last year, you had that magical, incredible close games with, Lexington, a Christian out of Lexington. This year they beat LCA in the first game of the year. But you look at the losses. So in 2021, Madison Central loses to LCA, they lose to Southwestern, and they lose to Bryan Station. Those are your three regular season losses.
Right.
This year, you beat LCA, but you still lose to a smaller school in Pikeville, so similar losses to last year in that category. And then you lose the final two games like you did last season to Bryan Station and then to Southwestern. So very similar paths to how the regular season played out. But there are some differences in how the postseason works this year. Last year in the first round and the second round, they played their own district. Now this year they're playing Henry Clay out of a different district. Next week could be Dunbar, could be Oldham County, depending on how that all shapes out. And then you go to RPI, and Lord knows who we could be playing in that category, because it could be Louisville Trinity. It could be Bryan Station. So very interesting how it'll shape out as we go throughout the rest of the postseason. But you can't look ahead. Got to take care of the game tonight, and that's what the Indians are here to do on WBON-TV in the first round of the KHSAA Class 6A postseason. It's Madison Central and Henry Clay. The kickoff is about 11 minutes and 35 seconds away. We'll step aside for one more 3-minute commercial break. We'll come back. Plenty more to talk about here on the Citizens Guarantee Bank pregame show. We'll come back on WBON-TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence, to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back live on WBON TV in the Citizens Guarantee Bank pregame show. Tom Gross, Michael Watkins here with you. And Tom, high school football postseason action. What a fun time of year to be a sports fan.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we work, but we still are sports fans. And you can't help but love this time of year because there's a whole new dimension to the games now. You've got you start the season, you win 4 or 5 in a row, you're thinking, man, we could go undefeated this season. And when you take a loss and that goes away, then you look for something else to get excited about. Well, we got the district coming up, and we're going to be playing the teams that we've got to play against in the playoffs, and we want to do as well as we can there to try to win those ball games. And they got 2 out of 3 of the games, so that worked out well. And now it's another shift again. It's the same game. It's the same team, barring injury, of course. And you come out here now and your back's against the wall, both teams. There's no tomorrow for the losing team tonight. They're done. They turn in their gear probably when they get back, and they'll start their weightlifting and so forth next week when they get back to school.
Yeah, high school football action is so much fun, and it's kind of like 3 different stages or 3 different chapters of the high school football season. You have those first 5 games. In that second half of the season, you're playing your district games, wrapping up the regular season schedule, and then if you are an eventual state champion, you got 5 more games. So that's kind of how the season plays out. Now, your officials tonight: referee Tim Kelly, your umpire Ron Edwards, linesman Danny Griffin, line judge Petey Gilbert, your back judge Steve Vance, your field judge, that old pesky Hugh Davis is back tonight.
Is he back?
He's back.
I thought that's who that was next door to us.
Yeah,
over there.
And listen, apparently Hugh has been sleeping a lot on Friday nights. He's been doing the Legends, but now he's back here with us tonight. Ron Harrison, who's been, he's been working 3 jobs up here, having to keep you and I in line, having to get us some stats, and then just taking care of everything else that we got to have up here. And then those guys do a great job. We got to have them back up here in the booth with us tonight for some high school football action. And I tell you what, man, it is an absolutely incredible night for high school football action, man. And the temperature right now, Tom, 67 degrees out there on the field, clear skies, and, the weather just incredible. That's today. It could be 30 and cold and snowing tomorrow. I mean, that's just the Kentucky weather.
It can do it that quickly, too.
And we know what that Kentucky weather can do to your heating and air unit, which is why you need to keep our friends Madison HVAC in mind for times like this. We get ready to go into the winter months. You know, you want to make sure your heating and air unit is performing at its peak performance, and Madison HVAC is the expert that will be there for you. Don't take your heating and air unit for granted. Trust Madison HVAC to take care of what keeps your family cool in the summer, but also warm in the winter. Visit MadisonHVACR.com to learn more, or call 859-625-1471 for Madison HVAC.
Michael, there's some really good matchups tonight. Like you said, in the 2-3 games, going to be some interesting results, I got a feeling, before the evening is over. But I was looking through the 1-4 games in 6A, and you're right on the money there. I really don't see, unless, the bottom falls out on somebody's team, I really don't see many upsets tonight in that game.
Yeah, I don't either. And I think when you look at the way this game could be tonight itself, I think it could be a good football game. We got two football teams, that you look at it. I mean, Central's probably the better team overall. But, Tom, listen, they have had no success against this Henry Clay program. And that could be something that plays into a factor tonight. We'll see what happens. We're about basically 4 minutes away from the kickoff here on WBON. The starters about to be announced. We're about to have the captains meeting at midfield, and I love the fact that they have not replaced Brock Eads as a captain. Normally, Brock, one of the four captains out there, he's not out there tonight, obviously, due to his injury. The three captains remaining, Jaden West, Hagan Harrison, and Malachi Wood. Those will be your three captains on the Madison Central side. Henry Clay got about 12 guys coming out, so probably all their seniors coming out
right.
on the other side. So high school football action, folks, about 3.5 minutes away. We do want to say thank you to Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance as well. Remember, your Star Watch is brought to you by Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance, and tonight's Star Watch player, Jaden West. I mean, I think for Madison Central, if they are going to do a lot here in the postseason, if they're going to make a big postseason run like they did last year, we know Brady Hensley has to kind of be the catalyst, but Hagan Harrison to Jaden West has been unstoppable at times this year, and I think Jaden West is going to have to be the guy for Madison Central if they are going to kind of have the same kind of run that they had last year. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there just like Jaden West has been for his team all season long. Like Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance on Facebook to learn more about the insurance you may not have even knew that you needed. Now time to wrap up our pregame show with the injury report, courtesy of Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Get yourself back in the game with help from Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Visit osptky.com to find out more about how quickly they can help resolve the pain that you're having in Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy right here in Richmond, with several locations around the state as well. And, Tom, that list is long for Madison Central. In the Bryan Station game, you lose Hayden Kaiser to a torn meniscus. He's out for the rest of the year. We know about Kenyatta Harge. He's been out since game one. Again, no Brock Eads tonight. Now, I do believe Max Murphy and Rylan Rhodes, some of those guys that are on the offensive line will be back tonight. That's going to be very key. But you've got two defensive studs in Kaiser and now Brock Eads no longer out there for you for the Indians.
Yeah, and it's step-up time. We're going to see what the number 2 man on the depth chart is going to be able to do. And you talk about a lot of guys can come in and really take advantage of an opportunity. And I know Coach Holcomb and his staff are hoping that's the case tonight, as these second-line players are going to get a start tonight and are going to be very instrumental in the outcome of tonight's game. Wanted to give you an update real quick. They've completed one quarter at Bryan Station, and it's Bryan Station 28, Lafayette nothing in the first quarter.
Yeah,
so
not a big surprise there.
No,
So that's your score update there, and all that, again, right here on your Citizens Guarantee Bank pregame show. Folks, with Citizens Guarantee Bank, your accounts are as close as your phone. Bank anywhere 24/7. You can check your balance, deposit checks whenever you want, transfer funds, and more with the MyCGB app. Visit mycgb.com to learn more. Kickoff 35 seconds away from Madison Central and Henry Clay. We appreciate you joining us here on WBON TV. One more time, we'll say thank you to our great politicians that are sponsoring our coverage tonight. I want to say thank you to Steve Tussey, re-elect Republican Steve Tussey for Madison County Jailer, a native of Madison County who has proven he is a man of integrity and commitment. That's paid for by Steve Tussey. Also, vote to re-elect Reagan Taylor as your Madison County Judge Executive to keep building a better Madison County. That's paid for by the Friends of Reagan Taylor for Judge Executive, Myron Fisher, Treasurer. And Matthew Vaughn is working today for Richmond's tomorrow. Homeless once himself, Matthew Vaughn had the will and the determination to make a comeback. He'll bring that same will and determination to Richmond as a city commissioner and commits to putting Richmond first. Vote Vaughn for Richmond City Commissioner. And William B.J. O'Donnell. Elect William B.J. O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff. Let's make a difference on Tuesday, November 8th. Join the rest of the folks by voting William O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff. That's paid for by William O'Donnell. Madison Central and Henry Clay as the starters are being announced, Tom. The Indians will be in the blue uniforms tonight, the blue pants, white numbers, white letters outlined in the red, and the blue helmet for the home team tonight. And Henry Clay in the white uniforms, the royal blue pants, the royal blue numbers and letters outlined in the gold, and the gold helmets kind of similar to the Notre Dame helmets over there on the other side for the Blue Devils.
Good show of a crowd for the home team tonight. Yeah. For the away team, not so much. They've probably got, what would you say, about 30, 35 people in the stands over there, if that?
It doesn't look, I would say 60, but they're all spread out. It doesn't look as many.
Yeah.
If they were all sitting in one section, it would look like a lot more. They got the whole other side to themselves, obviously. Not many fans on that side right now for the Blue Devils.
Going to be a good ball game and perfect weather for it, too. It's just unbelievable how nice it is. It's 73 degrees and clear skies here this evening in Tomahawk Valley, and they're finishing up the introductions of the players for the Indians this evening. Yep. And here comes the rest of the team and the officials on the field. Let's play some football.
Between the lines, you got to put your game face on. It's win or go home in high school football. The playoffs getting started. We are getting ready to have the kickoff here for you. These two teams have met 18 times dating back to 1998. Madison Central has only won 3 of those. They're 3-15 dating back to 1998 against their opponent tonight. The last time the two teams played, it was back in 2017 in the high school football postseason. Henry Clay won 20-7. The last 3 times they've played, it's been in the postseason. Henry Clay won 55-6 in 2013, 57-15 in 2014, 50-9 in 2015, and then, of course, the last time they met, 20-7 in 2017. So the Blue Devils have had a ton of success against Madison Central. Indians hoping to reverse that here tonight. Kickoff coming your way right here on WBON as dropping back to kick it away, number 37, Ethan Cooper for Henry Clay. And back to return for the Indians, Leo Sotelo, Jaden West, and I think that's Hodges back there. Of course, you know, 2 of the guys that return for Madison Central not playing tonight. Bryant Mathis also out for this game for the Indians. Here is the return coming from Hodges. A nice return as he gets it across the 30, and good field position, Tom, for Madison Central as they begin their first drive of the game.
Yeah, it's great. Really nice return, and brought it up the near sideline, and actually had some really good blocking out in front of him on special teams too. So good sign here on the first play of the game. Let's see what the offense can do.
So here comes the offense, led by senior quarterback Hagan Harrison, who has had a really good season for Madison Central. Harrison this year over 1,000 yards. He's had some big games for the Indians. And last year, Tom, he really took off this time of year, really played well in that postseason run. Let's see how he begins things tonight with a handoff to Brady Hensley in a big hole for the star tailback for the Indians as the junior TB, the junior tailback, gets it across the 40 to the 45-yard line, a gain of 7 on 1st and 10, bringing up a 2nd down and 3 for Madison Central.
Yeah, that's I like seeing that. I'm glad they're going to go to the workhorse here to get things started, and by now he's pretty much got his feet and his legs up underneath him, and he's ready to get a big game under his belt here tonight.
Very uncharacteristic, a couple of fumbles last year for Hensley. Go right back to him. Big hole, offensive line opening up that hole. West, a nice block to spring him, and Hensley inside the 25-yard line. What a run for Brady, but that was all set up. Let's see this replay, folks, on the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay. Hensley finds a big hole. Watch this block by West right here. Boom! And that's sprung Hensley for another 10 yards downfield. And again, the ball at the 25-yard line. A great shot there from Jacob Beck on the camera. What do you say, 35-yard pickup? 30-yard run for Hensley.
Yeah, he's got 37 on 2 plays already in this one, and that's almost halfway down the field. So here we go. Let's see if it's going to be the Hensley show tonight.
I miss Hugh Davis yelling at me across the room. Harrison going to keep it himself. Left side. Parker Mullins a good block in. Hagen a nice run. And a flag comes in. Jaden West and a player for Henry Clay, number 5, Skylar Hersey, shoving out of bounds one another. The flag came in, and I would think, from where the flag was thrown, this has got to be offsetting penalties. Usually it's the second guy that gets caught. We'll see who that flag was thrown on after a nice run by Harrison. I think after a gain of 8, the flag comes in. Let's see what the call is. And just like we thought, it is offsetting penalties. So they'll redo first down. No, they will count the first down. Will the play stand? Yeah, the ball at the 15-yard line. So it is a first down. They'll give Harrison the yardage on the run. So a nice job there. 3 plays, Tom, for Madison Central, and 47 yards on the ground.
Yeah, I believe it was the way you called it. It was the fouls both came after the play, so then they went with the offsetting penalties, and the play stands. And great field position here for Madison Central.
1st and 10. Brady Hensley now in the Wildcat formation. Harrison a nice block. Hensley breaks a tackle and will set up the Indians with a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Nice job there by the Madison Central offense. Again, they set Hensley up with the Wildcat formation. They'll go right back to it with Harrison and Mullins, the lead blockers. They'll run left side. Hensley won't get in the end zone. He'll fall at the 2-yard line and bring up a 2nd and goal.
We've talked about it through the years together. You got to dance with the girl you brought to the dance, and he brought him to the dance last year, and with him looking healthy and ready to go here, we could see another repeat performance in this game tonight.
Well, what that does, when you get Hensley going, it just opens up the playbook for everybody else. And it opens up a deep pass from Harrison to West. It opens up running lanes for Harrison because you can fake it to Hensley. So that'll all be key as we go Wildcat formation once again. Hensley right side this time and into the end zone. Touchdown, Madison Central, as they strike first, and what a drive as they go right side behind Ryland Rhodes, who's missed the last couple of games. Nice job running behind one of your key offensive linemen, but coming up kind of gingerly walking back toward the sidelines is that quarterback, Hagen Harrison, who was actually in there blocking on those last few plays for Hensley running the football. Again, slowly walking over to the sideline. That might be something to watch out for the rest of the night. But Hensley gets in the end zone. I'll tell you what, tough run there and tough blocking from Parker Mullins and Hagen Harrison to help clear the way for the tailback as the Indians jump on top. 7-0, 10:21 to play in the first quarter. Pat Moore still perfect on PATs this year. Step aside for a 1-minute commercial break and come back. Indians kicking off on WBON TV.
Looking for some fun this fall? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Bar and Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill. Your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Back here on WBON TV, Tom Gross, Michael Watkins here with you. And Tom, Morin now will kick it away for the Indians after the PAT, and it'll be returned at the 11-yard line by Henry Clay player. That is number 5, that's Hersey. And a nice return as he will set up the Blue Devils with great field position at their own 35-yard line. A little pushing and shoving after the play. Tom, got to get that clean, I think, if you're the officials as we make our way throughout this ball game, because you know, in the postseason, emotions run high, and, you know, the further we get through the playoffs, it really becomes a factor. So, see if they get that cleaned up as we make our way through the early stages of this ball game.
Well, it's all in their hands. You know, they have control of what they're going to allow and what they won't allow. And I think that call back there on that, you know, the double personal foul penalty was good enough to hopefully calm some things down here this evening.
Nice little throw out into the flat. Caught by Malcolm Paul, the 6'1" junior wide receiver. Down the quarterback for Henry Clay, number 10, Blake Van Horn, the lefty QB. Very tall, lanky, long quarterback that can hurt you downfield. Van Horn this year has thrown for 790 yards, only 11 touchdowns, 8 picks this year. Only played 5 games for Henry Clay, though, so he's not had many opportunities. 790 yards in 5 games. That's pretty impressive. Handoff left side for the Blue Devils, and it looks like they will have a first down across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. A nice run that time by the big running back, number 3, Jacob Childress, on the carry.
Yeah, Childress, big cog in the wheel of Henry Clay, and you could see why there. He just squared his shoulders and mowed a few of the defenders down as he gained the first down.
1st and 10. Man in motion, and they'll give it to him. Ball's loose, and the wide receiver who took the jet sweep able to pick it up. That's Paul, who made the catch on the first play of the game. He lost it on the handoff, able to pick it back up, and able to fall on it, but he'll lose 2 yards back to the 46-yard line.
Liking what I'm seeing on that one of the reasons he lost that ball, Michael, is he was staring at a defender that was moving in on him very rapidly, so he wanted to grab that ball and run.
2nd down and 12, and an Indian comes off sides as the defensive end here on the near side. Number 59 for Madison Central. That's Cody Maggart, who's been really good this year, Tom. He'll come out of the game. Have a quick chat with Mike Holcomb as Kendrick Williams now checks in for the Indians here as the left side defensive end. But it goes from 2nd down and 12 now to 2nd and 7 for Henry Clay.
Yeah. Got to clean that up, too. You know, got to keep it as tight and efficient as you can.
Pass out in the flat. Nice catch by Jackson Croucher. To the 45 of Madison Central. So Henry Clay moves it into Indians territory. They're going to set a 46. So 3rd and 4 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Braxton Hodges, great defensive play coming off the corner there, Michael, and he was able to corral him and wrestle him out of bounds.
Hodges is going to have to be key. He and Elijah Steele, some of these guys in the secondary are going to have to play really big for Madison Central as they make their way through this postseason. Here's a handoff. Nice defense once again. Childress took the carry, and a host of Indians defenders getting in there on the stop. Parker Mullins helping lead the way, getting in there first. He forced Childress kind of to bounce that outside, and there were several Indians waiting on him. Great defense there by Madison Central. Trevor Dennis also in there to help make that play defensively. It's now 4th and 3, and Henry Clay going to go for it here.
Well, they're down 7-0. They're in Indian territory there at the 45-yard line.
Now that no man's land we talk about every week.
Right.
So. Van Horn in the shotgun. High snap. He'll fake the handoff and keep it himself. Puts a move on Malachi Woods. Sotelo chasing him down. Sotelo will get him and help slow him down as other defenders come in to help make the stop. And it will be Madison Central football. Great job there by Leo Sotelo. You see him, he gets the stiff arm, hangs on. Jaden West comes in along with Elijah Steele to help finish that play off there. Great shot from Jacob Beck on the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay. And Madison Central comes out for their second drive of the game.
Early key of the game right there. Big defensive stop right there. You lead at 7-0. Now an opportunity here with 7:39 to go to take it down and score again.
You come out, you punch them in the mouth on your first drive, and now a chance to add 2, and already 7-0 lead as Harrison drops back here in the shotgun. He'll hand it off, left side, Hensley again. Big hole for Hensley again. And a first down for Hensley again. Gain of 12 on first down, and Brady Hensley having a great first quarter. Hagan Harrison, they know about the threat that he is, and that's forcing the defense to kind of not be able to just yet at least stack the box defensively. And Hensley, that offensive line back healthy for the first time in over a couple of months, it almost seems like, Tom. And you can tell early on they are using that ground game to perfection. 1st and 10 Indians. Harrison going to throw, looking in the direction of West. Now chased out of the pocket. Chopping back, drops it off, incomplete. And that's one thing that I've really seen from Harrison the last couple of games. When he has been forced out of the pocket, instead of forcing it to somebody else, done a great job of just throwing it away. Heads-up play there, brings up a 2nd down and 10. As the Indians cheerleaders getting in on the action, Tom, they're out there cheering on Madison Central. And good shot of their the Madison Central cheerleaders out there on the track from Copeland Peterson. That's the white team? The recreation team, okay.
The Madison Central cheerleaders have a competition at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
That's right. Is it regionals tomorrow? Yeah, regionals for the team. So this is not the normal, the high school cheerleading team. That's the rec team out there tonight as a flag comes in and a delay of game now for the Indians on offense.
That wasn't good. You don't need that after a really nice run. Hensley setting you up with a first down on his first carry there on the second series of plays. But let's see if they can overcome that now.
Tom, we got Hugh Davis back, and we got the Princess back with us tonight, too. The whole crew back tonight. Samantha Burford. Samantha Burford back with us tonight.
Did you change your name, Samantha?
I mean, we wouldn't know if she did. She's been gone for so long. And didn't bring us a souvenir back either.
I don't blame her for going to the sunshine, though, man.
2nd down and 15. Pitch out to Hensley. A lot of blocking out in front for Brady. And a nice hole. He picks up 5 yards. Give credit to Henry Clay. They were able to get over there after seeing the pitch out coming to push Hensley out of bounds. But he's going to gain 4 yards to the 44-yard line. So a 3rd down and 11. And like we saw when Henry Clay had the ball on their last drive, Tom, as of right now, Madison Central kind of in that no man's land, especially if you pick up yardage here. I think they would go for it on 4th down.
Well, that's strung out. And what was funny is Malachi Woods, he's 6'7"? It's something like that.
Yeah.
He's on his way out this direction. And then you got number 5, Skylar Hersey, who's probably every bit of
5'10",
5'9", and 140 pounds.
Nice hole for Hensley again. They run it behind Malachi Wood, the future Kentucky Wildcat. Right now, Wood has committed to be a part of that big blue wall. And Hensley runs right behind him for a nice pickup. Now 4th and 5 for the Indians offense as we dip under 7 minutes to play here in the opening quarter.
Well, what I was saying is when he looked up, when Hersey looked up and saw Malachi coming at him, he just kind of spun around And then he was shaking his head after the play.
They have Hersey listed as a 5'8", 145.
Yeah.
Madison Central wants to call a timeout. Oh, Henry Clay wants to call a timeout. A little equipment issue, so they'll check on that and get it fixed. But, yeah, Hersey is listed as 5'8", 145. 145. Malachi Wood is 6'9", 281.
Yeah.
So a bit of a difference there in the size.
Well, that's intimidating. When you're a small man out there, I mean, you got your pads and everything on, and I'm sure he's been hit hard by some of the big guys on his team, but I don't think he's seen anybody 6'9" and almost 300 pounds come at him like that. That was quite comical.
So 4th down. Harrison tries to draw him off sides. Didn't work. 5 seconds on the play clock. He'll take the snap. He'll give it to Hensley, and Brady will not get the first down. The hole was there. Brady kind of indecisive on whether he wanted to bust it outside or run through the hole, and that leads to a stop by Henry Clay, and they'll take over on their own side of the field at the 40. That's where they mark this football, the 37-yard line.
So give him credit him with 1 yard on that play, and we go the other way.
So 1st and 10. What you got him for, Hugh? Right now, total. 9 carries, 76 yards right now for Hensley through those first 2 drives. Second drive ends in a turnover on downs. Now Henry Clay back to the ground themselves. It's Childress again. And he'll go from the 37 to the 40-yard line, a gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd down and 7.
Nice to see the linebackers pinching in immediately. As soon as they recognize that it's a run, you see them take off. 1 or 2 of them may have pass coverage responsibilities back there, but as soon as they see the play develop, they're able to pinch in and be a great helping factor on defense in there in the center of the line.
2nd and 7. Van Horn going to drop back to pass the lefty, looking to his left, and he'll throw. Oh, my. A busted play could end up in 6, and it will for Henry Clay. Through the hands of a pair of Madison Central defenders and off the hand of another and into the hands of number 16, Walden Cole, a junior wide receiver who beats Elijah Steele down the field. Check out this replay. Off the hand of a Madison Central defender, and a nice run by Walden Cole down the field and in for 6. He beats Elijah Steele down the field and ends to the end zone. And Henry Clay a chance to tie this one up, Tom, as number 37, the kicker, Cooper, comes on for the PAT. How about that? A big play for the Henry Clay offense. And the Madison Central offense will come back out after this commercial break. Tie game with 5:08 to play in the first quarter here live on WBON TV.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
Madison Central gives up the big play for a touchdown. And now the offense will come back out on the field as they get ready to return this kick. Jaden West back to return, along with Sotelo and Hodges. And Hodges will get another chance to return this one from the 13-yard line. He'll come near side. Got some blockers in front. Hodges. Bust one, a big return for Central.
Yes.
Still on his feet. Hodges finally pushed out of bounds, but a nice return for number 14, Braxton Hodges, Tom. He gets it into Henry Clay territory, pushed out at the 37-yard line, basically where they were when they got the turnover on downs on their last drive.
Yeah, Ethan Cooper, number 37 for Henry Clay. Excellent job on defense on special teams there. He kept pinching to the sideline, did not allow himself to get blocked, and he was able to get a stop there. That looked like that might have gone for 6.
Couple of score updates for you from the other Madison County games. Berea down 6-0 midway through the first quarter against Dayton, and Madison Southern down 14-7 versus Southwestern. Here's a handoff to the fullback, Parker Mullins. He was lined up as the fullback in a power I formation, and Mullins will take it from the 38-yard line into Henry Clay's inside the 20. Is that where they're putting this at? I think at the 16 is where he was pushed out, but a great play call there. Tom, you very rarely see Madison Central come out of that shotgun formation, that spread formation where they've got 2 tailbacks and 2 wide receivers. That time they went power I with Parker Mullins lined up as the fullback, and he got a nice pickup there on first down inside the 20, a gain of 24 yards for Parker Mullins. And now an injury timeout as Henry Clay has a player down the field. Let's step aside for a short commercial break. We'll come right back here to Madison Central High School on WBON TV.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Back to the action here. Indians getting ready for the play. It'll be a Hagen Harrison quarterback run as he comes near side. Almost had the ball stripped out, trying to get away from the defense, and is finally going to be taken down at the 20-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play for Harrison on that run, Tom. Tried to do something with it, but a good job by the defense to get to him and bring him down for a big loss on first down. Bringing up a second now and 15 for the Indians as we are now inside 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. KJ Wells in there in the game at wide receiver. He's split out wide right for the Indians. They'll hand it off back to Hensley, and Brady will get it back inside the original line of scrimmage, inside the 15-yard line and down to the 14, across the 15. So third and about 9.5 yards. As an ambulance coming in here. I don't see. I'm trying to see if there was an injured player that might need an ambulance here. Hope that's not what the case is, but the ambulance does have its lights on as we go back to the action and hand off to Hensley. Brady again running behind big Malachi Wood will be short of the first down. And let's see here. Is this Pat Morin time? Haven't seen many Pat Morin field goals this year. But with the Indians in a tie game, 7-7 here in the playoffs at the 7-yard line. They are going to go for it on fourth down and about 3.
There's 3 stages of how safe you are going for it. When you're inside the 10, that's real safe.
Hensley has the first down. Will set up a first and goal for Madison Central at the 2-yard line as the Indians look to retake the lead inside of 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. Parker Mullins lined up to the left side. They'll give it to Hensley and into the end zone. Once again, Indians take the lead back 13-7 over Henry Clay.
That's his 12th carry, 2 touchdowns in the game already, and looking really, really good here this evening.
13-7, 2:48 to play. As Morin will attempt the PAT. Good drive once again, Tom. Indians just, again, running it down the throat of the defense of Henry Clay. As Morin will attempt the extra point. Up and good. 14-7, Madison Central on top. We'll come right back here. Indians kicking up on WBON.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Back here live on WBON TV. Other scores rolling in from across the Central Kentucky area. Frederick Douglass on top 43-0 at the half over Connor, and Bryan Station a 41-0 lead over Lafayette at the half. Here's a return by Henry Clay, and a nice return across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Returned by Jackson Kreutzer, the sophomore wide receiver / defensive back. Tom, as we come back to the action here, Brady Hensley scores for the second time tonight. 13 carries, 95 yards for Hensley to start this game. And you can tell, I think the Henry Clay defense is going to give up the run right now and try to stop the pass. And Madison Central just taking advantage of that with this big lead, or this lead once again, 14-7. But a nice run as a Childress again. The top ball carrier this season for Henry Clay gains 11 on first down.
He's a tank, man.
He lowered that shoulder into a defender right at the end of that play after a first down run. And it sets up another first down. 1st and 10 now at the 33-yard line.
Got Estill County and Lewis County in a 0-0 first quarter shutout, and you got Powell County at Bell County. They're 0-0 now as well.
Here's a fake handoff. Van Horn, pressured by Wood, drops it off to his tight end. Nice catch by number 44 for Henry Clay, Landon Barnettinen, the 6-foot tight end senior for the Blue Devils.
That's easy enough for you to say, right?
I probably said it wrong.
No, I'd say you're probably right on it. That sounded correct.
That's Landon Barrington, the tight end for Henry Clay, making that grab. 2nd down and 6 now for the Blue Devils. 2 receivers each way for Van Horn.
Oldham County, Paul Lawrence Dunbar, no score yet.
Van Horn pressured and hit. And he'll go down for a sack. Check out the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay on that. You see Van Horn getting the offense set. And as soon as he takes that snap, Indians right in his face. A couple of different defenders in there. Give credit to the sack for number 58, I believe. That's Kendrick Williams, who came in early on after Maggard came off sides. Williams gets the sack, and now Brady Hensley coming into the game defensively on the left side defensive end. Nice play there by Williams to force a 3rd and long now for the Blue Devils. Van Horn to throw again. Pass out in the flat, caught, and I tell you what, Braxton Hodges is playing so good tonight.
Yeah.
Gets in, immediately making the stop after the catch was made by Paul. And it's 4th down, and now Henry Clay has to punt.
Good job by Braxton. First of all, he read the play. Second of all, great closing speed.
Yep.
And then he wrapped his arms completely around the receiver and was able to bring him right down to the ground.
Hodges, instead of maybe going for the interception, he just focused on making the stop.
Yes.
He knew the play was coming in his direction, read it, and got the tackle to force this 4th down. Van Horn, who's also the punter, lets it go. It takes a dangerous bounce. Elijah Steele was right in the direction.
Yeah.
He didn't see it, and it will be Madison Central football as this one downed at their own 20. And here comes the Indians offense, Tom, who have been able to run the football with ease against this Henry Clay defense. Let's see what they do on their 3rd drive.
Well, Henry Clay, Michael, they've got some really stocky, good-sized young men there on the defensive line. And what they're finding out is when you got a guy 6'9" and 300 pounds out there blocking those guys, and, if he wanted to, I really think that Malachi Wood could probably block 2 or 3 at the same time. Yeah. And it's just creating some massive holes, and Hensley's loving every minute of it, as is all of the Indian fans.
Hand off back to Mullins, a big hole right up the middle, and Parker has a near 1st down on the final play of the 1st quarter. Let's see if they move the sticks. Looks like they will, and the Indians will have a 1st down when we come back. After 1, Madison Central 14, Henry Clay 7, here live on WBON TV.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond.
What if we unlocked our city's full potential? What if, in this upcoming election, we voted for a commissioner who is committed to putting our city's best interests first? I'm Matthew Vaughn, candidate for City Commission, and I'll do just that. I'll put Richmond first, work on our downtown, keep first responders funded, grow tourism, and be there for our youth. What if you gave me 2 years to show you what Richmond can be? Vote Vaughn for City Commissioner.
Message paid for by Matthew Vaughn for City Commissioner.
Back to Madison Central High School. How about this? Berea Pirates have never won a game in the postseason in program history. As we go to the 2nd quarter here, they have a 7-6 lead in the 2nd quarter over Dayton on the road right now. So Berea, still a long way to go, but right now they lead over Dayton.
Loved it when we got to go up and do the Dayton game a few years ago. That's the very first field the Cincinnati Bengals played on. That was the original Bengals, not the NFL team.
Nice run by Hensley as he gets 9 on a 1st down carry, so a 2nd down and actually less than a yard. 2nd and inches for the Indians. They just keep working that ground game, Tom, and eventually that's going to open up a big play from Harrison to West. Just waiting on the play call from Mike Holcomb, and on 2nd and short, might be a good time to maybe take a deep shot here. No help over the top with Jaden West as they go back to the power I formation. And
big mistake.
Here it is. West is the target, and West is the recipient of a touchdown catch. Tom, listen, I love being right, and that was the perfect time to do it. You drop back, you find your top receiver, and we said Jaden West, he was our State Farm star watch tonight, and that right there is why, folks, as he waltzes into the end zone there on your Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay, and Madison Central jumps ahead 20-7 on their opening or on their 4th drive of the game.
The defender was wanting a pass interference call, but he was the one who was pushing off to try to keep up with.
And Jaden never extended that arm. He kind of just bounced off of the tackler.
Correct. Good call. Good call there.
Coming on the PAT.
Offensive coordinator for you, man. Good call.
21-7. Indians on top. We'll come right back, and they'll kick off on WBON TV.
That's what I had, 61.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Roll Tribe.
Want to make dinner a true winner? This is temptation times 12. Get the ultimate family meal at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken with our 12-piece family meal at a great price.
Try the new Cajun Combo for just $5.99, or feed a family with 3 new Inflation Busters meal deals.
Pat Morin puts it into the end zone. Tom, you know, we were talking right there before that pass from Harrison to West, and the reason why, just from doing football games for 14 years now, you kind of learn a few things. The reason why it's the great time to call that play there. It's 2nd and inches, basically, at a good part of the field where you can maybe even go for it on 4th down, but 2nd and inches, you take that deep shot. If you don't get it, then on 3rd and short, you run it, and you probably pick up the first down on the ground. So a great job there by Mike Holcomb, who has a little bit more experience than I do, and he's won a lot more state titles than I have. Coach Smoot, doing a great job there with the play call upstairs, getting that play call in. They get the touchdown, and they take a 21-7 lead. And now Henry Clay has a player wide open down the field. That's the tight end again, Landon Barrington. And that time Van Horn had him. Would have been a big play, potential touchdown there, as his tight end had gotten behind the defense, but overthrown and incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10 for Henry Clay.
Yeah, Jaden West now with that 61-yard reception, 585 yards on the season, and 13 touchdown pass receptions, and that's missing a game.
Yeah, what a season Jaden West has had. Those offers should be piling up for that young man. What an athlete he is. Love the emotion that Jaden West plays with as well. Handoff Childress right up the gut. His own player, his quarterback, actually tripped him up on the quarterback-running back exchange. And it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Jaden has kind of gotten a bad rep, Tom, because he is an emotional kid. He kind of plays with his heart on his sleeve. But when you have the ability to make plays like Jaden West does, give me that kind of player each and every single night. And on both sides, he's got 13 receiving touchdowns now. He's also got two touchdowns on defense on return pick sixes this year. So Jaden West, a stellar athlete for Madison Central, and looking forward to seeing him back out there on the basketball court. Hopefully that's about 5 weeks away, though, for Madison Central. Here's Van Horn. Nowhere to go with it. Looking, pressured, lets it fly, and incomplete. And who else but the guy we've been talking about all night long, Braxton Hodges, in there on that play defensively. And Henry Clay, 4th and 7 coming up. And I think you have to punt here if you're the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for too long, too many yards to get, and then you will put Madison Central in a perfect situation inside their 30-yard line there, their own 30-yard line. So they will kick the ball away here. Looks like they're going to send Brady back with old number 7, Jaden West.
Van Horn barely does get it away, but that is an excellent punt. Takes a Madison Central bounce to the 43-yard line.
Not too bad.
Madison Central here on top, 21-7. Some other scores around the area. How about this one? Cooper, who I think is the 4 seed, playing against number 1 seed Scott County.
Yes.
Scott County is the 2 seed. Okay, so Scott County is the 2, Cooper the 3 seed. Cooper leads 14-7 at the end of one there. And GRC on top, 19-10 over Tates Creek at the half.
I was looking at that game earlier this afternoon, and that GRC Tates, you don't know which GRC team's going to show up.
Those 2 scores right there, a couple of 3 seeds leading 2 seeds. Another handoff to Parker Mullins. The third time they've ran that play, but the first time Henry Clay has stopped it. Still, Mullins able to pick up 3 yards on 1st and 10, and the Indians will see a 2nd down and 7 on this play.
Yeah, Mullins now 37 yards on 3 carries. That's a little bit over 10 yards a carry. You got to keep feed him the rock, baby. Feed him the rock. I'm really enjoying watching the ground game of the Indians tonight, Michael. They are being very, very competitive up front with the line, and they're getting some good holes.
Handoff. Hensley bust a big run and a 1st down into Henry Clay territory near the 40-yard line. Tom, one thing that we haven't really touched on with the injuries, and we didn't talk about Travis Grant, by the way, who is super important as well, hoping to have him back next week. We talked about the guys that are not coming back, but we didn't talk about Grant, who, again, should be back potentially next week if they are able to finish this game off tonight. But what that does, so you lose Travis Grant, your starting tight end. Then you lose Hayden Kaiser, who's the backup tight end and your starting linebacker. Now you're on your 3rd-string tight end in Nathan Ogle, who has made some nice plays, had a big catch last week. Here the Indians run behind him. Hensley's still running. He broke free.
They blew him dead. Oh, man. He was still, you could see his helmet and his shoulder pads. He was still head up.
Yeah, check out the replay here. He's still going.
Yeah.
They blew this play dead. Hensley, I think that the referees thought Hensley was the player on the ground. That was actually Malachi Wood who got tackled. And is there a flag on the play?
No, they're probably discussing what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Wood was the player that got tackled, and the referees blew the play dead. Hensley bounced off a tackler and would have went to the end zone for 6 points. But now the officials coming together to discuss just that. They may replay 1st down, actually. Let's see what they call it here.
Well, the 41, the line of scrimmage, and now they're going to talk it over with yeah, he's coming over to say, hey, we messed up, man.
Yeah, Coach, we want to apologize. What would you like for us to do here? Mike Holcomb has seen it all as a head coach. That may be something he's never seen before.
Well, that's a 10-yard gain if they're going to mark it at the 31, which they are. So 1st down.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 31-yard line, and it is going to be a 1st down. So.
Yeah, that was a strange play because Hensley's head never went low or his shoulders. He was running straight ahead, and he was still chugging.
Quarterback keeper Harrison on the run again. Hagan showing off his wheels, turning on the Jets and being pushed out of bounds by number 15, Jaden Bailey, the senior defensive back for Henry Clay. That run will also move the sticks, as the Indians now have it at the 16-yard line. 1st down and 10, and Madison Central, Tom, has had now their 5th drive of the game. They've scored on 3 of those and trying to make it 4 out of 5 on putting the ball in the end zone tonight.
Yeah, that's a nice carry, 14-yard gain for Harrison, and now on 3 carries, he gained 10, he lost 4, and he gained 14. So
Brady into the end zone once again. Touchdown, Madison Central. And this is the team we thought we'd be seeing all year long. Let's wipe away those last 2 games, and let's say Brady Hensley for the 3rd time tonight into the end zone. There you see it on your Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay. Indians 6 more and a 27-7 lead.
Michael Hughes says 17 carries, 143 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
That's a good game for most, and he's done that in a quarter and a half. 5 drives, 4 touchdowns for Madison Central, and a 28-7 lead with 8:40 to play in the 1st half. Indians on top. They'll kick it away when we come back. We're here live on WBON TV.
I'm Richmond City Commissioner Mike Brewer, and I'd like to tell you about the proven progress and facts. While in office, we opened the Active Living Center, the Millstone Park, which led to the annual Millstone Festival. By working together, we've achieved a great deal in our city by keeping our tax dollars down and not creating new taxes. We've been under budget for the last 4 years while also increasing wages. With 20 years of experience in city government, I'm once again asking for your vote to continue moving Richmond forward. I'm Mike Brewer, number 1 on the ballot.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Moore to kick it away for the Indians, and another one into the end zone for Pat. Good day so far from Moore. He's perfect on extra points, and another one into the end zone. So David Rye asked Tom, if Central wins tonight, will they host another opponent at home? And I think it really depends on who they play.
Yes.
If it's Dunbar, I think it would be at Dunbar. But now if correct, yeah. But now if it's Oldham County, that would be
here, I believe.
No, Oldham County's playing Bryan Station, right? No. They're playing Lafayette. That's right. So if it's Oldham County, I believe it would be here, as the pass dropped by Childress. Got a hold. Yeah, Ryan also, and I hadn't even noticed this, Tom, there haven't been many flags tonight at all. It's been a pretty clean game thus far. I think this might be the first flag of the game. Hugh, can you confirm that? Holding on Henry Clay.
Well, we had the personal fouls early on.
Yeah, but that was offset.
Offset, and then we've had a couple of 5-yard penalties against
the
Madison
offsides.
Central.
Yeah. 2 penalties, 10 yards against the Indians, and now a hold against Henry Clay will back them up to the 6-yard line.
Come on, defense. There's 2 points. You're 5 yards from 2 points and getting the ball back. Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Robert Stinson asking if we had any updates from the Southwestern Madison Southern game. Last update we had were that the Warriors led 14-7. Here's a handoff, Childress. I'll check in with their guys, Dawson Rule and John Bailey on the call. They have that game over on
just a moment ago.
103.5 WKXO and on WEKY as well. Try to get John and Dawson to give us an update. Jamie Boggs out sick. A lot of kids for Southern out sick tonight as well.
Man.
It's that time, we had to cancel school today. They're doing an NTI day on Monday. 2nd down and a mile for Henry Clay, deep in their own territory, shadow of their own goalpost in the background. And Van Horn will throw on 2nd and long over the middle. And I tell you what, who is this kid? Who's got number 14 on the night? Because Braxton Hodges is playing his tail off. Check this out here.
Yeah, an amazing defensive game from him.
They go right at him here with the pass, and Hodges just makes a good play, doesn't let the receiver get a good hand on it. Great shot there from Jacob Beck. Again, on the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction replay. Pass over the middle. Hodges, man, another nice stop defensively. 3rd and long. And Central, Tom, if they get a stop here and then add some points, they can really put this game away. Timeout, Henry Clay. Let's take it with them when we come back. Got an update from Southwestern and Southern. We'll give it to you on WBON TV.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 Northwest Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people, as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Come back to the action, and Henry Clay taking their time snapping the football. I believe another penalty called against the Blue Devils here. false start.
They're on the 8-yard line, so that'll push them back to the 4. That's as close to the goal line that the ball has been. So, come on, D. Rooting for the D here, man, to come up with a big play here. Let's get back there in the backfield and tackle for a safety. Get a 2-point safety here tonight.
Trips for Van Horn. He wasn't ready for the snap, and he's going to have to get rid of it. He does, and the pass incomplete. Van Horn wasn't expecting the snap, hit him right in the chest, and he had to get rid of it, and he'll be the one to punt it away.
Going to be a tough punt now. You're talking, what is the end zone? 15 yards? 10 yards? So you're talking 14 yards total.
Yeah.
Looks like, though, as they set up, he's going to try to stand back near the back line. You don't want to step out. That's a safety.
Indians don't bring much pressure, but do almost get there. A high end. That one was way up there. Doesn't go very far. Will take a Henry Clay bounce and be down to the 33-yard line. Good defense by Madison Central, forcing that punt, and Tom, a chance to really put this one away with the score here. By the way, listen, I know we just got past Halloween. I am already in the Christmas spirit, man. I got the tree up. Been listening to Christmas music on 106.7 The Pinnacle since Tuesday morning. I mean, is it too early?
It's up to the individual.
Don't you be a Scrooge, Burford. I see you looking at me.
It's up to the individual. Personally, I like getting into the Christmas spirit about 10 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
I've always been that way. It's just a personal thing. But my grandma, who raised us, she'd have Christmas decorations up right after Thanksgiving. Always after Thanksgiving.
So one tailback, a little trickery by Madison. Oh, my goodness. Brady Hensley. What in the – I'm confused on that, and the defense was as well. Check out this replay here. So Hensley was not in the back, but he was lined up as a tight end. They fake it to Mullins, and Hensley, nobody within 5 or 6 yards of him, able to just waltz into the end zone, 34-7, and for the 4th time tonight, Brady Hensley in for 6. Man, what a play call there by the Indians.
32-yard pass from Harrison to Hensley, the H's teaming up there.
Second touchdown pass for Harrison on the night. Had that 61-yarder to West early on. And with 7.5 to play in this first half, Pat Morin makes it 35-7 Madison Central. Let's step aside for a quick commercial break. We'll come back. Indians rolling here in the first round of the playoffs on WNTV.
Hello, I'm William O'Donnell, your candidate for Madison County Sheriff. In these ever-changing times, I understand the need for a sheriff's office that is progressive in its approach to crime and the public safety issues within our county. If elected, my focus will be on increasing police presence, targeting street-level drug traffickers, and increasing the overall efficiency of this office. I will bring dedication and accountability to this sheriff's office so it effectively serves the citizens of Madison County. Let's make a difference on November 8th. Join me by voting William O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
Morin to punt it away. It'll go into the end zone once again. And
he's so good.
35-7 lead. Tom, Madison Central, a chance to put this one away here, and they did it just that. I think with that touchdown, you put that kind of distance between you, and now you're 8 points away from a running clock. It's 35-7 here, your score, and Henry Clay has been unable to stop the run game. And a couple of touchdown passes from Hagan Harrison tonight as well. One to Jaden West, and that last one there to Brady Hensley to kind of put some distance now between the Indians and the Blue Devils here with 7.5 to play in the first half. 3 wide for the quarterback, Van Horn, and his intended target didn't even see it coming. Incomplete to Childress.
They got the dropsies. There's been several balls that could have been caught that they've just not been able to corral and bring in. You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of the first playoff game from last year.
Yep, Oldham County?
Yeah, where if you can run 10, 11, 12 running plays in a row, the defensive team is going to be looking for the run every play, and just like that last pass to Hensley, nobody back to defend him, and he's a quick young man. And
Van Horn pressured, steps up and takes off. Running room out in front, spins off a couple of tackles, and that's a first down. Nice run for Van Horn, and a couple Madison Central players hitting the deck, but it moves the sticks. Tell you what, Southwestern playing against Madison Southern tonight with 1:52 to play. Southwestern took a 28-7 lead. 14 seconds later, it's 28-14 as Cade Sullivan scored his second touchdown of the game, and Eagles hanging around against the Warriors. 28-14 the score over in Somerset right now.
Sam Farmer, great defensive play on that last pitch and catch.
Van Horn, handoff, Childress. He gets away by one defender, but great pursuit by Farmer again. Flag comes in following the play, and that might be a personal foul against Madison Central as Robinson brought down Van Horn following the handoff.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think that was the call there because Robinson just kept going after the quarterback after he handed the ball off. I think that was where the flag came in. So moves the football, moves the sticks, and now the ball spotted at the 49-yard line for Henry Clay. Man in motion is Paul. They clear the left side, and they run it this way with Childress. He'll break off a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and across the 45 down to the 44-yard line.
He's, Berea had a running back that I called Bam Bam for Bam Bam Cunningham. And, again, this back, he's the same type of player. He'll put that head down, squares his shoulders up, and he'll run right over top defenders because he's bigger than most of the secondary.
Yeah, we were there. We talked about Berea and Dayton tonight. We were there in 2019. Cunningham had a big game in that one for the Pirates. Now playing some college football is Jaden. There's a handoff, and good pursuit by Madison Central. Childress, good job by him as well. He was hitting the backfield, Tom. It ends up gaining a yard on the play as it brings up 3rd and 2 for Henry Clay. Marley said that? I'll take her off my Christmas list then.
She says it's not too early.
Oh, she likes
Oh,
early
she says not
Christmas?
too early. Ah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll put her back on the list then. So I'll take you off.
I think it's up to every individual. If you want to celebrate it early, do it.
3rd down and 2. Paul again in motion. Probably got to be 4-down territory for them at this point. They'll throw it out in the flat to him. Oh, my goodness.
Hello, doctor.
That one hurt me.
Yeah.
Jaden West comes in and just lays the boom to Paul here. Check this one out. Paul waiting, and there it is. Jaden West coming in to hit the intended receiver. 4th down coming up for the Blue Devils.
Highlight reel right there, baby. That was what a hit. And then he kind of did his little strut, on by. He didn't make a big deal out of it, but boy, what a great hit.
4th down. Blue Devils going for it here. They'll move Childress to the right, send Paul in motion again. If I'm Paul, I say don't throw it to me in that direction.
Right.
They almost do. Instead, they go deep, wide open target, and the catch is made. Nice play there, drawn up by Henry Clay. Madison Central's defense fell asleep like Henry Clay did on the last touchdown for Madison Central. And it was Trevor Dennis on that side. We see the replay here. Nice play. drawn up by Henry Clay. They fake it out in the flat, and they go deep and pick up a first down, and now they're trying to hang around here and score 6 more.
Yeah, one of the safeties a little late getting to the spot. He was in good coverage back there, but he waited a second, and you can't do that when you're playing a good athlete like that wide receiver.
Hand off Childress, and he's hit. Taken down immediately. Williams in there on the stop along with Leo Sotelo. And so good to see Rylan Rhodes back in there. You know, Rhodes and Hayden Kaiser were a part of that big four of the Cottle Middle School program that won the state title back when Kenyatta Harge and Brady Hensley were there. Those two guys were very important in that kind of dynasty when they were at Cottle Middle School with Dave Hensley, the running back, and one of the assistant coaches here for the Indians right now. Here's Rhodes again, getting a big tackle out in the flat of the quarterback, Van Horn. But Rhodes and Kaiser, along with Hensley and Harge, were two of the big guys on defense and offense for that team. And now Kaiser out for the year with that meniscus tear. Got hurt against Bryan Station. But Rhodes back in there tonight. We saw him opening up some big holes on the offensive line and making a big stop there defensively. He's playing that middle linebacker role right now as they face a 3rd and 5 against the Henry Clay offense. Van Horn looking into the right, being chased by Robinson. Throws it, and the pass incomplete. Again, good defense. Trevor Dennis was there to hit the intended receiver when he got a hand on it. The ball falls out, and it's 4th and 5.
Yeah, that play set up. You could tell they were going to go to that right side because of the way the personnel were. And the defense lining up, it looked like just a one-on-one, Michael, with the defense against the offensive player. And we got somebody down on the sideline over there, it looks like.
Injured player down right now. We'll check in on our political sponsor. I want to say thank you to some of our great sponsors for tonight's game. Folks, re-elect Republican Steve Tussey for Madison County Jailer, a native of Madison County who has proven he is a man of integrity and commitment. That's paid for by Steve Tussey. Also, vote to re-elect Reagan Taylor as your Madison County Judge Executive to keep building a better Madison County. That one's paid for by the friends of Reagan Taylor. For Judge Executive Myron Fisher, Treasurer. And Matthew Vaughn is working today for Richmond's tomorrow. Homeless once himself, Matthew Vaughn had the will and determination to make a comeback. He'll bring that same will and determination to Richmond as a city commissioner and commits to putting Richmond first. Vote Vaughn for Richmond City Commission. Other scores from around the area, Becca Combs, the mom of Joe Collins, a linebacker for Berea, giving us an update at halftime. Berea holding on to a 7-6 lead, looking for their first ever postseason win, Tom. So big deal there, Berea on top at halftime. Let's hope they can keep that and pick up that big win for Frank Parks and his program on top by a point at the half up north.
I got 21-7 in the Madison Southern score here. Is that updated?
Now, 28-14 was the last update that we got from Dawson and the guys over in Somerset.
The one here, this Kentucky high school football scores, it takes a
little time to
score
update.
stream. Yeah, it takes it a while to update.
A field goal for Henry Clay is going to go through the uprights. Nice kick put through by number 37. That's Cooper. Bringing that score from 35-7, 35-10 now. Madison Central on top, 4:10 to play in the first half. Step aside for a quick commercial break, and we'll come back here on WBON TV.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal,
Call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cool. Madison Central on top 35-10 following the field goal by Cooper. Donald Foster letting us know Dunbar leading Oldham County 21-7. So not a huge surprise there, Tom, but Dunbar with that lead over Oldham County. And again, that's where Madison Central could potentially travel to next week against Dunbar, who was the 1 seed on the other side here on this side of the bracket. It was Bryan Station, Madison Central, GRC, Oldham County. Those are your 4 seeds on this side of the district. The other side, it was Dunbar 1, Tates Creek 2, Henry Clay 3. That's why they're here. And then the 4th seed was Lafayette, who has had a rough couple of years. They move the football to the 35-yard line, and that's where Madison Central will begin their drive. Tom, 6 drives now for Madison Central, 5 touchdowns. Not a bad day at the office for the Indians.
No. You know, last time Dunbar was here was the second game of the season in that thriller, 29-28.
Yeah, those first 3 games.
Heart stoppers.
Oh, yeah. 1st and 10. Harrison going to hand it off Hensley. Big running room for Brady. He'll gain 11 yards on a first down carry to the 46-yard line. That'll move the sticks. Brady having a big night tonight. Already over 100 yards in the first half. And, Tom, I like what they've done. They've established the run game, and that has opened up the playbook to really kind of shake things up. We saw the big play to West, a 61-yard touchdown. Had the other touchdown pass from Harrison to Hensley on their last drive. And now they go back to that power eye with Parker Mullins being the lead blocker. On a 1st and 10, this time they go to Parker on the handoff. He'll have a big one. First down again for the Indians' run game as Mullins gets it to the 31-yard line. And a nice run for Parker Mullins, who, you know, he's kind of stepped into that Brock Eads role. First year playing high school football, and Parker Mullins has not missed a beat. He has been a big reason why Madison Central has had a very successful season.
4 carries, 61 yards, his second carry for 24 yards tonight.
So to the 31-yard line.
I like that. 60, did you say, Hugh?
Yeah.
Thank you. So 4 for 60 yards.
Yep, Hugh took a yard away from him, not us. Parker, handoff again, and a big run again. This time again of about, 13 yards from the 31 to the
16, so.
Again to 15 yards.
Yeah.
See, I don't need Hugh to do my math every time, just most of the time.
75 now. 5 for 75.
Now, they might make this to the 17. They will. So at the 17-yard line is where they'll spot him.
So make it, 14. Gotcha.
We're having a mathletes.
Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, Mullins again, taking the handoff.
Look at that.
And almost another first down run. A flag comes in after the play.
Good.
Let's see who that one's against. A Madison Central offensive lineman kind of did the old shrug like, really? And this looks like it might be against the Indians.
Yeah, it's a shame, too, because it was a nice game.
No, it's face mask.
Face mask on the defense. Added on to the run. Where they got the ball marked at the
it'll be inside the 10.
Yeah, 9-yard line.
Inadvertent face mask, so it's only a 5-yard penalty, but it will set up Madison Central with a 1st and goal. And David Rye asking if anybody is recruiting Hensley. I know that he's visited a couple of schools. I think he's visited Kentucky. I know he's visited EKU where his dad played. But Brady will for sure play football on Saturdays. It just depends on where that's going to be at. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
You know, we didn't like to see him injured this season, but the recoup, they're going from is it a spot foul? Apparently.
Should be half the distance to the goal from where they were at. So
okay, so they're
instead of the 5, they backed it up to the 7, it looks like.
Well, 6-yard line, it looks like now.
Now the officials having a chat. Appreciate you joining us, folks. Don't forget about all our great sponsors. And we talked about the political candidates that are supporting us tonight, but we've got these guys on all year long. Bishop Small Engine Repair, CT Diesel Performance. Now we'll crown our CT Diesel Performance at the game later on tonight. Galaxy Bowling Center, Jerry Goebel, State Farm Insurance, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy, Berea Urgent Care, Jack Burford Chevrolet, Chenault Vineyards, all these great sponsors tonight. Appreciate them being on with us throughout the season. Many more that we'll talk about later on as well. Harrison up under center. Mullins, the handoff. He got you there. He'll finish off the drive with 6 for Parker Mullins. Touchdown, Indians. And, man, that offensive line has dominated up front tonight. See the replay once again. I mean, whether it's been Hensley, whether it's been Mullins, or even Harrison's ran the ball well tonight, that offensive line has opened up so many holes. We're in the first half, and the Indians have put up 41 on the Henry Clay defense. Pat Moore on for the Pat. The PAT, Pat for the Pat. Hey, it's 40 of 40 right now, Tom?
Yes.
Correct? Let's go 41-41.
I
Extra
like
point
that.
is good, and the Indians lead 42-10. 2:26 to play in the first half. We'll step aside, and we'll come right back. Indians rolling here in the first round of the playoffs on WBON TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Pat Moore with the PAT, and Pat Moore now with the kickoff. He's put the last 4 in the end zone. Make it 5 in a row. Tell you what, Tom, when you start to face some of these other teams, some of these, bigger Louisville schools, that's going to be very important because of the kind of athletes they can send back to return kicks. You put it in the end zone every time, that eliminates that.
Absolutely. Not only are you on the special teams and you're considered an offensive player by kicking, but that's a huge defensive stop there when you can kick it in the end zone every time. They're not going to be able to run it out.
Van Horn will throw. Taken off, and he'll run into Tavion Robinson and then bounce off of Robinson as a flag comes in. That might be another one of those inadvertent face masks.
That or a hold on the offense. You change direction, you can get a hold pretty easy because you're blocking a guy one way and then your quarterback goes the other way and you're trying to spin around and get him out of the way. Let's see what they call here.
Yep.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah, that's not an inadvertent one, though. That's
how they pulled him down.
Personal foul penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Holcomb asked him where it was. He didn't see it. 2:16 to play. Indians 42-10 here in the first round of the playoffs. And tell you what, Tom, for a team that's 3-15 all time against Henry Clay, Central looks like the more dominant program right now, rolling here in the first half to this big lead over the Blue Devils.
2:16 to go. We need a big defensive stop here. Don't let them score any more points before half.
We'll have the Fayette County Corrections halftime show coming up here in just a few moments. As Van Horn got a man wide open, nobody there, and that, oh my goodness. That would have been 6 points. That young man will never be able to forget that one. Would have been an easy touchdown. Check it out, Van Horn puts it on the money. And that one is dropped.
Turf monster, man. It'll jump up and get you sometimes.
That's going to be a hard one to live down for that young man.
I thought I saw a green arm come up out of the turf and swat that one away at the last second.
It'll be hard to let that one go. That's one in a playoff game. The kind of year they've had. Jackson Kreutzer won't have many easier than that. That sophomore, that's something he can use as motivation to finish off his career. Braxton Hodges matched up with him here on the near side as they go 2nd down and 10. Rolling out near side. Van Horn pressured, and he is going to escape it somehow.
Wow.
And a big gain for Van Horn.
What a move. Ha! That was one of the best moves I've seen in a while.
Check it out.
And then a flag.
Her on the replay. Van Horn, put the brakes on, and he takes off, splits a pair of defenders, and then put the okey-doke on Hodges as he gets it across midfield. There is a flag down the field, and this might be a late hit against Madison Central.
I was waiting on that okey-doke. That was a good okey-doke.
I don't like to give the okey-doke to the other team, but we had to give it to him on that one.
On a play like that, you've got to. I mean, there were 2 defenders right on top of him, and he was able to dance his way out of it.
Minute 53 to play. So 1st and 10. Handoff, Childress, and he's going to be hit immediately. Gains, a yard and a half? Not much room there.
Yeah, give him 2, a short 2.
2nd and 8.
And we spotted the ball out on the 33-yard line, so a gain of 2.
Indians playing well tonight, Tom. I mean, they look completely different than they have the last 2 weeks. A much more confident group out there tonight on both sides of the football. And credit this coaching staff for getting them ready to play tonight in a massive game. Rylan Rhodes comes unblocked through the middle. Van Horn escapes, and another run for Van Horn down the sideline. He got away and picks up a 1st down. Rylan Rhodes, again, came untouched through the middle. But as Van Horn took off to the near side, he just used his speed to break loose. And kind of Hagen Harrison-esque, Tom, picks up a 1st down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, we're down to 105, and defense has really got to buckle down here now. That field goal was 22 yards a while ago.
But they're in field goal range again, probably for Cooper.
He probably could put one through from about this range, which would be about a 37-yarder from where they would spot the ball.
A delay of game won't help them, though. After the delay of game against Henry Clay will back them up 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15, 1:05 to play. And for Madison Central, obviously, this game's probably already out of reach with the way that the 2 teams have played tonight. But if you're the Indians, Tom, you'll take a field goal and score 6 yourself and maybe try to get a running clock here.
Yeah, that would be good. But right now, the best thing is to stop them, not allow them to score any points.
1st down and 10, or 1st and 15, excuse me. Clock now dips under a minute. Van Horn rolling right, pressured, escapes again.
Oh, that was close.
And Sotelo is there to chase him out. Van Horn, he ran all over the place to try to get away from the defense. You got to give credit to that secondary. Parker Mullins, Elijah Steele, Braxton Hodges, Trevor Dennis, all the guys in there doing a good job of protecting the secondary, and nowhere to go for Van Horn, so he just has to run out of bounds.
Rylan Rhodes, Michael, was the first man in with a shot, and one of the offensive players hit him from the side. Now, it just depends on what officials watching what play, but I've seen that called a block in the back before. They did not call that this time. We got a timeout on the field now.
Blue Devils called the timeout, I believe. Yep, there it is. 42-10. I'll take a second here to thank our sponsors once again. Tell you what, Tom, we have got some good sponsors tonight. Those politicians wanted to, get in here before the election night coming up on Tuesday. We've had some great sponsors all year long. We really appreciate the ones that are with us from the beginning of football season all the way through baseball and softball season, getting in on those volleyball games, the soccer games, basketball season coming up. I really appreciate, the folks like Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, Raider Meal and Hornsby, Bluegrass Marble and Granite. We'll have some information about them later on as well. Batteries Unlimited, Madison HVAC, Nuevo Vallarta, Whitaker Bank, Berea Ace Hardware, Madison County EMAC SEP, all those folks, appreciate them being with us throughout the season. And, Tom, a lot of other media outlets like to brag on themselves. I don't like to do that. I feel like we're here to do a job. We're here to highlight the athletes. I'm not going to call myself an authority, or I'm not going to call myself, the king. But what I am going to say is we are here to do our job and highlight these great athletes, appreciate them. And, we have got some amazing individuals and teams alike here in Madison County, and we're here to just shine a light on all those great players, great coaches, great athletes, and I appreciate all the schools for letting us be a part of some incredible seasons. Van Horn to throw, and who else? Braxton Hodges in on the stop. There is a flag on the play, and I believe this will be a hold from where the flag came in on.
Yeah, he had Van Horn had all year to throw that football, and that's not exaggerating. The play just went on and on and on, and at least 12, 14 seconds he ran around before he finally threw the football.
I said I'm not going to call myself the king. There is only one king. I love William Moorfield.
Oh, he's the king of stream.
Elvis.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Michael Watkins for acknowledging me as the king. Thank you.
Yeah, David Wright pointing this out. I didn't even think about this. He saying that Van Horn looks like Tim Tebow out there.
Oh, yeah,
well,
a little bit.
Except he can't complete the pass. Now, Tebow didn't do much of that either, but he did do a lot more winning.
Well, Van Horn's not his fault.
Yeah.
When you're wide open and drop the ball.
Oh, Jaden West.
That was almost 7. That was almost 7 for 7.
West almost got another one. He's had 2 pick sixes this year. Came in on that one. Almost got it. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and long. So they've got the ball at the 37-yard line. They need the 12 for a first down. So 3rd and 25 for the Blue Devils.
Have you seen Jaden's video that he's got on? I believe I saw it on Twitter, on his Twitter account. He is so good on those plays at anticipating when that ball's going to arrive. That's why he's got 2 pick sixes and almost had another one.
Van Horn to throw again. Pressured, steps up, drops it off, pass complete.
Oh.
Braxton Hodges is in there for the stop.
Have a game, young man. Have a game out there.
We've got some competition for our CT Diesel performance of the game. Tell you what, Braxton Hodges and that offensive line for Madison Central, they're all competing for that job tonight, but Hodges having a terrific game for Madison Central. That might be the final play of this first half. Indians with a big lead, and Henry Clay going to let this clock run down.
Yep.
And they'll call a timeout with 1 second remaining. Let's step aside for a quick commercial break. Let's do a 30-second break, Austin, if we can, and we'll come back for the final play of the first half on WBON TV.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here we go, final play of the first half. 1 tick remaining, and Henry Clay With trips bunched to the right, far right side, one receiver left. Let's see what they got cooking here. Van Horn to throw, rolling right.
Uh-oh.
Chased by Hensley, puts it up for grabs. Jaden West. Oh, he's going to be so mad.
He almost had another one.
Jaden West wanted that interception, didn't get it. Samantha Burford down there with Mike Holcomb. Let's check in with the head coach.
All right, we're Coach tonight. It's that first round of playoffs. Coach, tell us about this offense. You guys have got the ground game working impressively tonight.
Well, we got our offensive line's done a great job, and our backs have run hard up in there good, and it's just been, just we look a little fresher, we look a little more confident, and our the guys up front, Big Malachi and Aiden Howard and Ayari, Landon Brock, and then we got Rylan in there tonight, Rylan Rhodes, and them guys that's coming off the ball real well and doing a good job. Of course, Brady and Hagen's through the ball well. Brady and Parker's running the ball real well.
Yeah, you got to be happy to be getting more each week back into the game after all the injuries. Hoping even next week, prayers answered, that you can even get some more. But let's talk some defense. How about Braxton Hodges tonight?
He's playing great. He's playing lights out tonight. Looks real good. And, he's one that's worked hard, and he was out for a while, and he's just now getting in the swing of things and doing a great job out there. And, of course, Coach Blair and Coach Smoot worked with the Coach Smoot works in the secondary, and he's playing great for us. That's what we have to have.
All right, Coach, good luck. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. I think he was even going to let me ask another question. So, listen, we're going to throw it to commercial break really quick, and then we're going to come back with all the halftime statistics right after this message.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Looking for some fun this fall? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Bar and Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill. Your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
back here at Madison Central High School. Glad to have you along with us here, folks, as the Indians rolling here in the first half, 42-10, Tom. Very impressive game for Madison Central as they got this lead and running the ball well. Hagan Harrison's throwing the ball well. And Madison Central putting on a nice show here as we bring you back to the action. And it's now time for the Fayette County Corrections halftime show. Folks, if you or someone you know, we know COVID was very difficult on, people losing jobs and just not being able to keep their job or losing jobs, looking for new jobs. Well, Fayette County Corrections is here to help you with that. If you're still searching for a job with great pay and great benefits, Fayette County Corrections is hiring starting out at $20 an hour with a long list of benefits and incentives. You can visit lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to apply. If you're willing to move, they've got some great incentives on, retirement, 401k, all the good stuff there. That's Fayette County Corrections. Again, visit them online at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to get more information and to apply. Indians here at the halftime looking so good. We talked about the offense a lot there in the first half. But the defense, really, really impressive there with the way they were able to get some big stops. They forced Van Horn out of the pocket a ton. They're getting pressure, and just the way they've been able to do things in this first half, both sides, offense and defense, they look completely different than they have in the last 2 weeks. Coach Holcomb touched on that. They're more smooth, and they look a lot more confident. And that was one thing that worried me. When you lose like that to Bryan Station and you take one on the chin like you did at Southwestern, that can kind of mess with your confidence. For them to come out and play this way in the first half, really impressed with the way they've done that.
Yeah, you look at the 3 losses in the regular season, and I call them 3 lumps or 3 bumps in the road. Yeah. I mean, they just got
Didn't look good in any of them.
Yeah, they got it handed to them 3 times this season, but they won some exciting ball games to start the year, and then they just walloped a bunch of people, kind of what they're doing tonight here to Henry Clay. So who knows, man? I just think that Coach Holcomb has them in playoff mode right now. Yeah. In their mind, they know they are in the playoffs, and in their mind, they know they have got to be their best. They've got to concentrate, give 100% every play. And if they do that, they've got a good opportunity here to move right along in this playoff system.
I'm not saying this is the case, but, sometimes when you have an older team or a team that is expected to have a good season and do something in the postseason, a lot of times you can just not even really worry about the regular season.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of an example like with the New England Patriots there for a long time. They took the regular season serious, but sometimes they might have a lull throughout the year. They might lose a couple of games or whatever the case might be. But they knew when the postseason rolled around, that was the time to get serious and take it up a notch. Well, Madison Central tonight has taken it up 5 notches from what we've seen the last 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And all season long, or all preseason, when I came up here and did our season previews with Samantha, one thing that her and I heard from every player and Mike Holcomb, they had their eyes on a state championship. And maybe they were looking ahead to the postseason all year long, but tonight they know to get there, they had to come out and start this thing tonight. Still a long way to go, but they look really, really good here in the first half against Henry Clay.
I was looking through the scores a while ago, and Bardstown won, Western Hills nothing, a forfeit. I'm wondering if that might be flu-related or what the case may be. But, boy, that'd be a heck of a way to go out in the playoffs, 1-0.
Yeah, we'll have some other scores updates for you here in just a few moments here on the Fayette County Corrections halftime show. Let's take another 3-minute commercial break. When we come back, we'll get to some of those scores. We'll update the Madison Southern game. We'll update the Berea game. And we'll get you some of the stats here provided by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. So glad to have Hugh Davis back up here in the box with us. He and Ron. Back up here with us tonight, giving us some stats, so we'll have those for you. Don't get him on camera, Austin. Lord, the fans will turn away and everything now. Lord have mercy. You can pull it back up here. Look at him. Look at him. Hugh Davis up here in the shot. You could have at least shaved if we're going to put you on camera, man. Lord have mercy.
Hey, that was the case in that forfeit.
I was.
A depleted number of players. They didn't have enough to play.
All right, let's step aside for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll give you the stats and some scores from around the area. Estill County and Lewis County, that's right up the road. We'll have that update for you. Also, we'll have an update from Madison Southern and the Berea games when we come back here on WBON TV.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond.
What if we unlocked our city's full potential? What if, in this upcoming election, we voted for a commissioner who is committed to putting our city's best interests first? I'm Matthew Vaughn, candidate for City Commission, and I'll do just that. I'll put Richmond first, work on our downtown, keep first responders funded, grow tourism, and be there for our youth. What if you gave me 2 years to show you what Richmond can be? Vote Vaughn for City Commissioner.
Message paid for by Matthew Vaughn for City Commissioner.
Back here at Madison Central High School on the Fayette County Corrections halftime show. Folks, if you're still searching for a job with great pay and benefits, well, Fayette County Corrections is hiring starting at $20 an hour. With a long list of benefits and incentives, visit lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to apply today. The Indians coming out of the locker room. And, Tom, a big lead at the half, 42-10, Madison Central. And let's look at some halftime stats now, brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. Make your home stand out among the rest with Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. It's that time of year, Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas coming up after that. And you're going to have a lot of family coming in. You want your kitchen and your bathrooms to all stand out. You want to be spruced up for the holiday season. Make sure to check out the folks at Bluegrass Marble and Granite. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom countertops and can also provide unique looks for your fireplace, your outdoor grills, and other areas of your home. Visit them online at bluegrassmarblegranite.com. And a new location coming up here pretty soon, Tom, right there across from us, out there on Big Hill Avenue for Bluegrass Marble and Granite. That building looks incredible. Going to be moving into there very soon, right there on Big Hill Avenue.
Is that
right
the
now
one down in the little?
Yep, right there across from us. Right there for the barber
they
shop.
have put a lot of work into that.
Talking about those stats, though, you got Brady Hensley, a big first half for Brady, 18 carries, 154 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Parker Mullins running the ball well, 7 carries, 86 yards, and a score. And Hagan Harrison has 20 yards on 3 carries. Harrison, very efficient day throwing the football. They've relied on the run game, and as we said early on, that would open up the pass game. Harrison, 2 of 3 through the air, 93 yards, a pair of touchdowns, a 61-yarder to Hensley, and a 32-yarder, or a 61-yarder to Jaden West, and a 32-yarder to Brady Hensley. And a guy we kept talking about there in the first half, Braxton Hodges, had 5 tackles, had like 4 or 5 pass deflections, played tremendous there in the first half, and also had that long kickoff return of 49 yards in the first half as well.
What a game. I mean, it's we're seeing players step up tonight that needed to step up, and I think Coach Holcomb is just more than pleased with how his team has played this first half in this game tonight.
Berea now trailing at 9-7 at Dayton. Trying to get some score updates. Estill County, what was their score for? They were on top of Lewis County in the second half there. I think that game's over in Irvin tonight.
Yes, and I'm trying to find that again for you. We'll update it as soon as it comes up here. Breathitt County 41-0 over West Carter in the third quarter.
Yeah, Powell County losing to Bell County 45-0. Looking at some other scores around the area. Got East Carter and Lawrence County playing tonight as well. We know Frederick Douglass dominated their opponent tonight. A 50-0 win for the Broncos. And I tell you what, Madison Central was hanging around there with Southwestern Madison Southern, was hanging around with Southwestern for a while. It was 28-14 late in the first half in our last update from Dawson and John. We'll try to get a score update from that game. That game airing live on our media partners, WKXO, that's 103.5 FM on your radio, and 92.5 WEKY.
That's streaming too, isn't it?
Just got a score update from that game. 36-14 Southwestern now pulling away from Madison Southern. That one in the third quarter. Here, the third quarter about to kick off, and Berea late in the third, trailing now 9-7 to Dayton. That's some score updates for you. And as I say that, Dayton just scored again. So it's 15-7 early on in the fourth up there as the Pirates trying to knock off the Green Devils in the first round of the playoffs.
That field, Michael, it was so nostalgic. Your light poles are within 3 feet of the football field, and then you've got the huge concrete stands on one side of the field. There's no room for stands on the visitor side.
Yeah, very cool place to call a game.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know, I don't know if any of our viewers ever watched the cartoon Gargoyles back in the day, but it kind of reminds you, like when you walk up there to the press box, like the Gargoyles the cartoon show from back in the day. Going to be returned by number 15 for Henry Clay. Not much running room there, and the Blue Devils are going to take over. They get ready to begin the third quarter with the football down 42-10. We appreciate you joining us on the Fayette County Corrections halftime show. Folks, be sure to check them out online, Fayette County Corrections. And if you're looking for a job, lexingtonky.gov/corrections jobs to apply.
How much do they pay, Michael?
$20 an hour.
Man, I need to go put an application in.
It's a dangerous job, but I'll tell you what, it's a good living. You know, if you you like being a part of the community, keeping the community safe, that's a good job for you. So here we go, underway. We've got 42-10 lead for Madison Central as Van Horn will send the man in motion. He'll throw out in the flat on first down and incomplete. A flag does come in back near the quarterback.
What is that, a illegal shift?
Yeah.
Well, they've got him mic'd up, so if we get another home game here, Michael, we'll have to get a wireless out there or even a mic on a cord where we could just hang it out there and get the call from the official.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about tonight, a couple of weeks ago, We had 2 golf state champions here at Madison Central.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, a pair of other state championships won by the school. The band, the Madison Central Marching Band, the Class 5A state champs, and then the Kiara O'Shea won her 5th straight state championship in cross country. So
yeah,
another state champion for Madison Central High School. Now 4 in about a month and a half now. The 2 golf state champions, girls and boys. And then you had the state champion marching band and the state champion Kiara O'Shea. So just a long list. Madison Central they got so many excellent students and talented athletes as well. And the marching band, they were going to be celebrated on last night, but a lot of the flu is kind of going around the school systems right now, so they had to cancel that. I think they've rescheduled that for Tuesday now. A little pep rally to celebrate the band winning that state championship. There's a handoff to Childress.
Look at him. Look at him.
Breaking tackles. Elijah Steele eventually coming in to finish him off, but a first down run for Childress on 3rd and short.
Childress is like Dad, when your son gets a hold of your leg and you're trying to walk away and he just hangs on and rides with you. That's how Childress runs the ball. Defenders have a hold of one leg. You're not going to stop him with one leg. You got to get both of them.
Officials timeout here. Let's see what the issue is. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Appreciate you joining us, folks. EK, you're going to be home tomorrow, back at home in a big game for the Colonels. Their second to last home game. Only one more home game to finish up the season. They'll welcome in Central Arkansas. A big game for EKU tomorrow, an A-Sun conference opponent. So if you're itching for some football, I know Kentucky, I think, is back on the road. So maybe get out and support EKU. The Maroon back at home tomorrow in a big conference game. 1st down at 10, Van Horn in the shotgun. He'll roll out near side.
Got a blocker.
And going to be pushed out. Got to the 49, a gain of 4. At 49, 46-yard line. The far side official had him marked at the 49.
Yeah,
he was way off.
He missed that. I think he picked up a couple yards on that play. Nice defense, nice pursuit after the football, and held it to a short gain.
Nice run by Van Horn to get something there, setting up a 2nd down and 8. If the Indians can get a stop and get a score, we'll have a running clock to cap this one off. Hand off Childress. Yeah, nowhere to go.
He's still pushing the pile, but got a lot of blue in there on that tackle. Picked up a couple more, but 3rd and long.
3rd down, going to be 3rd and 6. Nathan Ogle coming into the game for the Indians. Yeah, I tell you what, so good to see Rylan Rhodes back out there. I think he's a little winded right now coming out of the game. And after you miss so much time, it takes you a while to get back in that game shape.
And he's been in the backfield more than any defender tonight.
Yeah, Rylan playing that middle linebacker role.
Yeah, impressive game from him tonight. Here he comes, this side. 1st down.
Yeah, 1st down for Childress again on the run. Seeing some of these games get over with so quick, Tom, we've had a lot of runs tonight.
Yeah.
Surprised that it's so late in the evening. We're 9:20 now.
But they got the clock stopped right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
past your bedtime, isn't it?
Way past my bedtime. Way past. I've been hitting the rack about 7 this week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Halloween candy done you in, didn't it?
No, I didn't have any candy this year.
1st and 10. Trips left, one receiver right for
Van
Horn, and a timeout for Henry Clay. 42-10 they trail. We'll take it with them. And come back. Batteries Unlimited timeout here on WBON TV.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Road Tribe.
Want to make dinner a true winner? is temptation times 12. Get the ultimate family meal at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken with our 12-piece family meal at a great price.
Try the new Cajun Combo for just $5.99, or feed a family with 3 new Inflation Busters meal deals.
Jaden West on the return after an interception and going to get it into the 25-yard line. Check out the replay here. We come back from the commercial break. Jaden West doing Jaden West things on the interception. Going to return it inside the 25-yard line. And Tom, Central trying to get this running clock. And that young man, I think it's his 4th interception now of the season for Jaden West. Great job there by Jaden. Brad, you talked about his pursuit and his closing speed. He's so fast. And, this year he's been so good on offense. 13 now that's his 5th interception of the year.
Yes,
so
yes.
5 interceptions. He's returned 2 of those for touchdowns. What a season for Jaden West. And now Central with this big lead, a chance to add to it and get a running clock if they can add 6.
Personally, if I was the coach right now, I'd go right back to him right now.
Yeah, let him try to cap it off. Harrison will fake it to him. How about that? Harrison looking. West is in the end zone. He was open, and Harrison turned it over. Coming back this way is the defender who picked it off. Harrison pushes him out of bounds. They had West in the end zone, and Harrison at that time, Tom, he left it short. He should have put a little bit more air underneath that pass, threw it, and it's picked off. Check it out here on the replay. Yeah, he was looking at West. West was open, but good defense. And following one interception by Jaden West, very next play, the Indians give it right back to Henry Clay.
Yeah, I think Mike Holcomb and I were on the Vulcan mind meld on that one because, what an effort he put in to get the interception and the run back and reward him with the ball to him in the end zone, but a little bit short there by Hayden.
I think what Harrison did, I don't think he trusted his own arm. He has got a great throwing arm. I think if he just sits back there in the pocket instead of rolling all the way out, he can just lay one off to his star wide receiver. Instead, he kept rolling out, and that made it a much more difficult pass to complete. That's why it was picked off. Nice defensive play right here on the other side for Madison Central as they get the stop on a first down run by Van Horn.
Yeah, Sotelo. Textbook tackle right there. The guy's been dancing all around our defenders all evening, and Sotelo says, okay, I'm going to grab both his legs. He's not going anywhere, and he went straight down. That's how you do it.
Sotelo's been good this year. He's kind of been quietly one of the most consistent defenders for Madison Central this season. It's 2nd down and 5. Long 5, short 6 for Henry Clay. Van Horn puts a man in motion and gives it to him. Running near side. And Sam Farmer, along with Williams, right there to make the stop. Another nice defensive play. And, Tom, it's really been somebody different every play stepping up for the Indians on defense.
Yeah, and it's good to see that. And not only is that going to, help propel them to a victory tonight, but it's also going to help them next week, whoever they play.
Yeah, Kendrick Williams making the stop there. Nice play by him, as it sets up a 3rd down and 8 now for the Blue Devils. Looking to throw, take it out in the flat. Sotelo there pressuring, and Farmer there with him to get the sack in the backfield.
Half
Great
a sack
defense.
apiece on that deal, man. That was good.
Great defense by Madison Central. Farmer getting in there, as is Leo Sotelo. Sotelo set it, and Farmer finished it off. And now on 4th down and long, Henry Clay's got to punt it away. It will be Van Horn to punt. Jaden West back at his own 30 to return.
For Farmer, that gives him 1.5 sacks on the season. And for Sotelo, that's his half a sack.
West will return it. And a nice return into Henry Clay territory. That one hit a Henry Clay player. Check out the replay here. You can see as it bounces right here. It went off like the knee of number 15 who got the interception a moment ago. And Jaden West says, okay, gets ahead of steam and takes off with it. Nice return to set it up at the 42, make it the 43-yard line. Nope, it is the 42.
All right, time now, Michael, to get back to the original game plan here. Let's not go, you don't have to throw the ball here. You got a huge lead of 32 points. All you got to do now is get that running game going again here and march it down and get your score, and then the clock will run out with a moving clock.
So it's 1st and 10. Harrison up under center. He'll hand it to Hensley. Brady will spin away from a tackle and inside the 30-yard line. It'll move the sticks. First down carry for Hensley. Nice run. And Madison Central will have it 1st and 10 at the Henry Clay 30. Ball near the right hash mark, and another run for Hensley, Tom, that results in a first down.
That's the Hensley, be able to stop on a dime and turn direction, which he did there, and it enabled him to pick up that first down.
19 carries, 166 yards for Hensley. That offensive line, Tom, they look like the offensive line of last year tonight, the way they're protecting and creating those holes for the running backs. Handoff Mullins this time, the old inside trap game. Not much running room this time, but a gain of 2. The ball came out. Henry Clay's picked it up. Fumble and a turnover again for Madison Central. Tom, as good as they looked in that first half, it has not been a clean second half for the Indians as they try to salt this game away.
Well, you got to concentrate every play. Every play you've got to concentrate. And, if you're Henry Clay, you're coming after the football. Nothing else matters right now. You've got to give yourself opportunity, and a lot of them here in the 5:50 left in this quarter and then the fourth quarter. So they're going to be coming after the football on defense for the rest of the game.
It is a 1st down and 10. 4 receivers for Van Horn. Steps up, spins away. I mean, he has been on the run all night long. Sotelo will come in to finish him off. Sam Farmer mad at himself there, Tom. But
yeah,
tell you what, Farmer's played good tonight. He and Hodges have played so well. We talked about Sotelo a lot. Just really impressed with some of those guys that we don't mention a lot from Madison Central.
Right.
And they're going to have to keep playing well. I mean, if the Indians want to have that deep playoff run again, these are the kind of guys that have continuously and consistently got to play like this each and every single game here in the postseason. Going to hand it off Childress. He'll run right, bouncing off defenders. Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 6. They might give him a gain of 4. Yeah, I think it'll be 3rd and 6. Nice run by Childress there. We dip under 5 to play in the third quarter here at Tomahawk Valley. You see the Blue Devils huddling up there. Third down. So we see Van Horn. And was it offsides? Central clapped as if they were drawn offsides, and they were.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 6 turns into a 3rd and now 11 for Henry Clay.
See, you did that all by yourself. You added 6 and 5 together. It's amazing.
I've been practicing at home. I got a 5-year-old at MKA now, and she's doing math. I got to work with her, and that's helping me learn.
Oh,
some
yeah,
of the numbers,
yeah. It's refreshing, You refresh your mind of all that you learned. Although we didn't do crazy math like Michael did.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just updating my Christmas list over here, so don't worry about your name coming off the list here.
Okay, good. I'm trying.
He's already kicked me off.
Yeah, I've already taken Samantha off. It's going to be a 1st down for Henry Clay following that play, moving the sticks. Nice play as the Blue Devils get it over to their tight end, number 40. Or to the 40, excuse me. That's number 44. So at the 40-yard line, Van Horn hands it off. Childress, another nice run for him.
Yeah.
Indian defender came in, tried to knock the ball out, but still a gain of 9.
Well, here's the secret about Childress. If you don't get him around the ankles, he's not going to go down easy at all. And you can see there he got hit. He got hit about 4 yards in on the run, and then he's able to stretch it on out to a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Childress, nice running back. 17 carries, 75 yards for
Mr. Childress.
He'll block here for Van Horn.
Yeah, nice.
He faked a block and then went off for the screen pass. Makes the catch and gets it into Madison Central territory, but a flag back behind the play. This has got to be against Madison Central, right?
Personal foul. Usually the case when it's only one defender and the quarterback back there, unless the quarterback might have said something to him or something. I don't know.
This has got to be personal foul. Roughing the passer, I would believe.
Well, I'm hoping that he gets an opportunity. Sotelo, I'm hoping that he gets an opportunity to make contact before the ball is released, because he sure has been in there several times tonight and making it tough on the quarterback. Van Horn having to rush that pass. It was complete, set up as a screen, and it was more of looked like a wounded duck more than anything. He just kind of threw it up in the air, and it was wobbly, but receiver able to come up with it.
Yeah, it is roughing the passer. So what the official said there was a 15-yard roughing the passer against Madison Central. After the play, there was a offsetting personal foul against each team that will be offsetting. So the roughing the passer penalty will be marked off from where the ball stood. And now it's 1st and 10 for Henry Clay at the 22-yard line. So, Tom, a couple of chances to get that running clock.
Yeah, not looking good right now. We got to get some, we need another pick, maybe a pick 6, maybe a fumble recovery here. We got to stop them offensively.
It's Childress running near side.
Oh, dear.
And there's going to be a hold against Henry Clay.
Yeah. Kept him from trying to get up, kept him from getting up, and boy, that was plain as day.
Yeah, on Landon Barentine, the tight end. 2 flags came in, but both should be on the same play, basically, from where the flag came in. The near side judge at it and the back judge.
Yeah, your umpire going to call it here.
Well, we've just we got the princess left, and we got the queen entered the building here. What's up, Hamilton? Sean Hamilton, former play-by-play announcer for Madison Central football, up here in the box with us.
Now, I heard him on some EKU women's basketball last year, didn't I?
He does it all.
He's awesome.
Wherever they need him at.
He's awesome.
Did you bring me that shirt? Is that why you came up here? No, that's a little snug for me, probably. Y'all wouldn't recognize Sean if you saw him out and about right now.
I bet you're excited, Sean, about the naming rights and so forth that's going on for the athletic department. Man, that is so cool.
Yeah, we'll be at CG Bank Field tomorrow at Roy Kidd Stadium for the football game, and then Baptist Health Arena on Monday for the first EKU women's and men's basketball game. So busy couple of weeks for EKU sports fans.
I'm looking forward to the renovation of the Coliseum.
Yeah, AC.
That looks, just in the models, that looks really, really cool. And how many seats are they going to add on that one end? Is that going to be several hundred?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Sean's not good at math either. 1st and long for Henry Clay. Finally got it all situated. It's at the 36-yard line. Need to get to the 13 for a 1st down. Van Horn going to throw, pressured out by Farmer again, lays it off, and it's incomplete. Throwing it away to set up a 2nd down, and I think 25 for the Blue Devils. Tom, Madison Central here, you come out flat in the second half, but a really impressive first half to get this big lead. A couple of chances to really put it away with that running clock.
Right.
But have been unable to do so. Just a couple of turnovers, the interception, and then the fumble on the 2 drives here in this third quarter. But still this big lead, and you got to give credit to the defense for doing their job, buckling down here and trying to get the ball back for their offense. As Childress slips, Farmer will get credit for that tackle.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Farmer and Sotelo, I feel like we've been saying their name every play now on defense for Madison Central. See it on the replay there as we get ready for a 3rd and 24. 42-10.
And we can't forget Braxton Hodges either. I mean,
he had a big first half.
Yeah, he did. He's playing the corner spot over here on the near sideline now, right around the 30.
Trips left, 1 receiver right for Van Horn. He'll throw, or look to throw. Sotelo pressuring again. Van Horn running out. That's going to be close. Pat Morin hits the deck.
No.
Whew. I don't want to see your kicker going down on the sideline when he wasn't even involved in the play.
He was on the bench, and I think he wasn't expecting that. I think shocked
you see
him.
Pat fall right at the end there.
That was crazy.
4th and 31. Appreciate you not making me taking my shoes off to count the yardage out there. So it's 4th and 31. And they will punt it away. Van Horn, the quarterback, who's been doing the punting tonight for the Blue Devils, will drop back once again. And now back to return Parker Mullins for Madison Central. Van Horn gets it away. Oh, it's a beautiful punt.
Line drive.
It will take a Madison Central bounce into the end zone. And that one almost – it looked like for a second it might just die right there at the 5-yard line, but it takes, technically a Henry Clay bounce going back further, but the Indians kind of catch a break there with it going into the end zone, and it will be 1st down and 10, Madison Central with 2:14 to play, and with a 25-yard punt. 52-yard punt.
Yeah. He was almost on the 45-yard, his own 45-yard line, and, man, that was just a solid line drive. And it bounced it to 5, as Michael said, and then right on into the end zone.
41-14, Southwestern building that lead over Madison Southern. That game up in Somerset tonight. So appreciate John and Dawson on the call for us for that game. Here it's 2nd down and 8 for Madison Central.
That was a tough 2 yards right there.
Really the first time tonight that Hensley's not had more than a couple of yards on a run. He's had some big ones tonight, almost 200 yards on the game for Brady.
He'll bust another one here before you know it.
Looking like he's fully back, Tom, from that injury that held him out for 4 or 5 games. They go back to him, left side this time. And, again, not much running room for the Madison Central star tailback. 3rd down and long coming up for Madison Central with 1:23 to play in this third quarter. Live on WBON TV. Tom Gross, Michael Watkins here with you on the call as the Indians looking to advance to the 2nd round of the playoffs where it looks like it will be Dunbar next week.
Yeah, they're up in their game, so that'll be up at Dunbar too.
Yep, Indians already knocked off Dunbar once this year, but that game coming down the wire, Indians had to get a stop on the final play offensively for Dunbar. Central going to go deep here again. Jaden West tried to do a one-handed catch on a back shoulder throw. It'll fall incomplete. Now Madison Central will have to punt. I believe this is the first time tonight the Indians have had to punt it away.
Yeah, I think so. I don't recall them punting the ball at all. So
we'll see if Hugh can confirm that. Hugh, is this first punt tonight for Central? Yeah. First time that they will drop back to punt it away, and it is going to be number 24. It's Jackson Kreutzer who dropped the for sure touchdown in that second quarter. 53 seconds more into punt. Gets it away. Kreutzer makes the catch at the 32-yard line. Gets a good block, and he'll be wrapped up and taken down at the 32-yard line. So no gain He ran for about 6 or 7 yards, and now a cramping issue for an Indians special teams player.
Yeah, he ran about 35 yards, but it was sideways.
Yeah, going the wrong direction there. Got 43 seconds on the clock, and a Indians defense coming back out. It's been a scoreless third quarter. Both ways. Central's had a couple of chances at it, Tom, but nothing to show for it. Still no running clock as Madison Central, 3 drives in this quarter, 2 of them ending in turnovers. And then on that last drive, they run 3 plays, they gain 4 yards, and they punt it away. So injury time out there on the field. Let's say thank you once again to our great political sponsors for the coverage tonight. Really appreciate these folks for stepping up as we get closer to election time. Don't forget to re-elect Republican Steve Tussey for Madison County Jailer, a native of Madison County who has proven he is a man of integrity and commitment. That's paid for by Steve Tussey. Also, vote to re-elect Reagan Taylor as your Madison County Judge Executive to keep building a better Madison County. Paid for by the Friends of Reagan Taylor for Judge Executive, Myron Fisher Treasurer. And Matthew Vaughn is working today for Richmond's tomorrow. Homeless once himself, Matthew Vaughn had the will and determination to make a comeback. He'll bring that same will and determination to Richmond as city commissioner and commits to put Richmond first. Vote Vaughn for Richmond city commissioner.
Michael Covington Catholic beating Great Crossing tonight. Great Crossing with a good season this year, but
yeah, that's a buzzsaw, though. I tell you what, if I wish they would play that game next week on a Thursday so we could go see it. But Frederick Douglass and Cuffcath in the second round is going to be a massive second-round matchup next week.
Is that going to be in Lexington?
I think so. Got a score update. Southwestern, the big lead over Madison Southern and Berea. They had that lead at halftime, Tom, but they have been unable to add to it, and now it's 22-7 with 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Dayton on top, and it looks like the potential first ever win in the program history for Berea is going to fall short, and they'll once again be in search of that first ever playoff victory. Van Horn, oh my goodness, Jaden West again. It's a flag thrown on him. And if that is a personal foul penalty, then West is going to be ejected from this game, I believe. Check out the replay here. Van Horn drops it off. West lowers his shoulder, but he hits the ball and knocked it loose. The player is still down. But I believe that's the second personal foul penalty on West tonight. I want to try to we'll see if Hugh can confirm that for us.
Not easily. Maybe.
Yeah, West, he led with the shoulder, went into the chest of the defender. I understand it was a blindsided hit, but, I mean, this is football. I mean, you want to protect the players, Tom, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like that's one you've got to let go. And now Coach Chapman is going to have to take a seat over. He might have been ejected from this game himself.
I think he was.
The official came out and pointed out Coach Chapman as the player now is up and going to walk off the field. So West is over on the bench at the moment, and the officials have some sorting out to do. There is laundry on the field as they check each other out. So let's step aside for a quick commercial break. We'll try to find out what's going on, and we'll come right back here live on WBON TV.
I'm Richmond City Commissioner Mike Brewer, and I'd like to tell you about the proven progress and facts. While in office, we opened the Active Living Center, the Millstone Park, which led to the annual Millstone Festival. By working together, we've achieved a great deal in our city by keeping our tax dollars down and not creating new taxes. We've been under budget for the last 4 years while also increasing wages. With 20 years of experience in city government, I'm once again asking for your vote to continue moving Richmond forward. I'm Mike Brewer, number 1 on the ballot.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Got a good shot there of Mike Holcomb chatting it up with the white hat, the lead official here. And you can hear Holcomb from where we are. And the teams now are going to head to each sideline. I'm not sure what they could be saying. I mean, they've got Holcomb now talking to his entire team, huddled up down there on the sideline. Yeah, and now the lead official over talking to the Henry Clay head coach. So Holcomb sends the team back out as they mark off the penalty yardage, Tom. There's yet to be an explanation from the official. But we believe that Jaden West has been ejected from this ball game.
That's not good because that means he will not play next week's game.
We'll see if we can get an explanation here.
That's a shame because the first one, all he did was
it was offsetting.
He held the ball up first time he got ejected this season.
And now Coach Blair, the defensive coordinator. And here comes the explanation here.
Targeting?
Yeah, targeting was the call.
Oh, my word, you missed that one, sir. You really missed that one. Wow.
Yeah, so West has been ejected from the ball game. And that would mean, now, again, Central didn't appeal that one, and Coach Blair is letting these officials have it. And the fans are as well. Now, Mike Holcomb, once again, chatting with the officials here.
I saw his shoulder pad hit the player, and he hit him hard. I mean, he's not going to hit him soft. and then they're going to get him for targeting.
So I hand it off on 1st and 10, and that the handoff won't go anywhere. Second down. Coach Blair talking to his defense. They're just telling everybody to back off here. I mean, you got to be. I think Central now trying to play into it where, listen, let's just make a tackle, get the game over with. They have been they played around long enough with Henry Clay. They want to get this game over. Now he'll whistle, and the white hat coming over to chat again with William Blair, and there's a timeout. Oh, the third quarter comes to an end. Yeah. Coach Blair is having to walk away. He is very, very upset right now with the lead official from this ball game, and Coach Holcomb trying to calm him down, but that is a big loss of Jaden West ejected. It will be second down to start the fourth quarter for Henry Clay when we come back on WBON TV.
Yeah, and
it was a and I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then, in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
We come back to the action. We got a replay here. We missed a play during the commercial break. Henry Clay throws a deep pass. Did they say who it was on?
Haven't yet.
Got the white hat coming on. We'll get the call for you. All right, it is against the defense. Wow. So pushing and shoving between the two players, and they call a pass interference against Madison Central. So, Tom, in a game that was pretty clean for much of that game in the first half, now things going the other way. It's now 1st and 10, Henry Clay. you know, we're in the fourth quarter. This game's pretty much over with. But now Madison Central just needs to find a way to end it. Put this game away. Put the running clock into effect, and let's get to next week. Got a lot to sort out between this Friday and next Friday because right now, as of right now, Jaden West has been ejected from this ball game, which would mean he would miss the game next Friday, the second-round game against Dunbar. It's 2nd down and 10. Bunch formation, everybody bunched there at the line of scrimmage as they hand it off to Childress right side. He's hit. Flag comes in behind the play. Let's see what this one is. In the vicinity of a hold. Yep, that's what it is.
I am. This, out of all the games I've seen since I've been here, that has got to be the worst call I have seen.
And I understand you want to keep the kids safe, and there's no ability to see a replay there.
Yeah.
But man, when you have that affect, it's a postseason game. It affects next week's game. Now, you really have to find a way to really look at that. I mean, it's targeting. I don't know if you can call it just a personal foul there, but to call the targeting and eject him, I think that's the hardest thing. Hit him in the chest. He led with the shoulder. You know, I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. There's still a long way to go in this game, too. 11:08 to play in the fourth. We slowly make our way through this second half. Van Horn looking. He'll throw, and that one's caught. Hodges on the defense for Madison Central. That pass complete. First down for – oh, no, still not first down. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Blue Devils.
That
was number 24, Kreutzer, who's been the top target tonight for Van Horn. You know, Paul went out with that injury early on in the ball game. We haven't seen him since the first quarter. And Kreutzer's really been the primary target here in the second half for sure. Third down. Handoff, left side on the sweep. And a near first down run. Make it a first down run for Jersey. Number 5. Yep. That's Hersey. Skylar Hersey.
Yeah, he's the one that
Malachi with her.
Malachi kind of scared him to death that one play.
10:46. Clock still ticking here in the fourth. Blue Devils trying to make it a more respectable score. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left as Van Horn throws deep over the middle, and Elijah Steele there on the defense to help negate a completion to the tight end, Barrington.
He overshot him pretty long that time, 5-6 yards, and really no chance to catch that ball. I got to regroup after that targeting call. I'm still like what?
There were 5 or 6 minutes of just flags.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck? What the heck, man? I'd like to have been a fly on the wall listening to those 2 coaches down there.
Van Horn going deep and incomplete again. The sideline for Henry Clay wanting a pass interference. They won't get it, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, I think, part of your responsibility as an official is to control the play of the game. Okay? What do you do when, like you said, they got no replay, and the flag came in from a official who was behind West. West was probably 15, 20 yards in front of him when he made contact, and he called targeting from about 20 yards away. Tough call.
3rd down, 3 receivers set for Van Horn. Handoff Childress up the middle. And on 3rd and 10, he will gain enough yardage for a first down. You can't give up that kind of run. And now there's an injured Indian here on the near side. That's, I think, Cody Maggard. You got J.E. Hensley commenting on the stream. He said that he thinks that if they send that to the KHSA, that they will overturn that call for the kid so he can play next week. That could be a case there. Maggard holding that left shoulder. That could be something pretty serious as he comes off the field. That's a kid that's battled injuries all year long. Maggard, the 6'3" senior.
Looks like they're going to send in Tavon Kirby to.
Yeah, Tavion's been pretty good this year.
Tavion, I'm sorry.
First down and 10 for Henry Clay. They can get a first down inside the 5. They'll hand it off Childress, and he'll gain 4. Oh, ball came out. Central is saying they have it. Nope, Henry Clay will keep it. You know, Tom, I just feel like the air and the emotion have just been sucked out of this stadium.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's one of those deals where it's a I can't believe my eyes type of thing.
And again, I mean, I understand the officials calling that because it's hard with the naked eye when it happens that quick. It's a reactionary call. But what it has done, I mean, it has just literally taken the air out of Tomahawk Valley. Here's a jet sweep again right side. Kersey will get it down to the 5-yard line, and a flag comes in late. Flag comes in behind the play after the tackle was made. And when it happened, Van Horn kind of shrugged his shoulders as if he thought it was against his team.
The umpire pointed toward Henry Clay, so let's see. Wow.
In the first half, we had 10 penalties. We had 4 penalties in the third quarter. I feel like we've had 50 here in the first 3 minutes of this fourth quarter.
You jinxed them, man. Remember when you said, we haven't had that many
I'm gonna do that again.
Flags. Yeah. It works on everything. You know, it's like it's the curse of the broadcaster. You can't say anything hardly without it coming back to get you.
Yeah, I think that either Van Horn or one of his offensive linemen were chirping with one of the Madison Central defensive players, and that's why the flag came in.
Well, they got the ball. Where is it, out at the 21-yard line now?
Yeah, so it will be, if they replay second down, it'll be, second and 15?
Now, are they talking to the coach on the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone know who 68 is for Central?
Let me check an old one here. No, I don't have a I've got 3 different rosters, and he's not on either one of the 3.
So ball at the 21, they need the 3 for a first down. So it's right now second and 18.
Yeah.
And I feel like with as much as these officials have had to talk to the 2 head coaches here in this fourth quarter, we could have put a cake in the oven and done it by now.
Yeah, pizza. You know, that sounded better and better.
So the ball at the 21, it was on number 54 for Henry Clay. It's Drake Cole.
Yeah.
It was unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting after the play. So third down and 21, or third down and 18 from the 21. They send Kersey in motion again. Fake it to him, running right side Van Horn behind a nice wall of blocking and to the 15. So it will be fourth down coming up for the Blue Devils.
If I was them, I'd just go ahead and kick a field goal. They're down 32 points with 8:53 to go. No, you know they're going to go for the end zone.
Oh, yeah, they got to. Need the 3 for a first down.
I would imagine this play is going to go right into the end zone somewhere. So they've really got everybody spread out on this one.
Thanks a lot, Samantha. You're welcome.
And in the end zone, the pass going to fall incomplete. Madison Central will take over after what seemed like the longest drive in football history by Henry Clay.
Yeah, defender who was on the play got knocked down by the offensive player, and he's was asking for a little grace their way, but didn't get it. Bad Boys. I like that. That's a good choice of a song.
That's for the Indians defense. They play that for them when they make a big play or a turnover.
Yeah. Well, a lot of games are final tonight, Michael.
Not ours.
No, we're still going.
Here's a handoff. Aiden Howard doing a good job of blocking on the near side for the ball carrier. So 2 of our coverage area teams losing on the road tonight. Berea had a chance, led at half, but they dropped their playoff game to Dayton, 22-7, and Madison Southern falls on the road to Southwestern. Jaden West is back out there. West is back out there offensively for Madison Central as Hensley takes the handoff and to the 35-yard line. So that's good news.
Yeah.
He wasn't ejected. The way that everybody was acting, even Jaden himself, I thought he was ejected from this game.
He's arisen.
He's
Maybe it's like college, you have to have 2 to be ejected.
Well, that was his second personal foul penalty, so that's why we thought that he was ejected. But he's back out there, so that's good news. They're going to bring him over to the sideline here.
Maybe you have to have 2 targets.
Well, I think
We're all baffled.
yeah, it's just
they bring him over to the sideline, so we're still not sure what exactly is going on. But he was back in there for a couple of plays. Handoff back to Hensley. A flag comes in. This should be a hold as Brady gets another first down run.
Yeah. He's just adding 2.
Yeah, Dean pointed that out to us. Yeah, West was on the field for 2 plays there. Maybe now he was ejected. Jaden's going over. He's actually walking over to the crowd. Down here on the far sideline on the track. Trying to see what the flag was.
And Mike Holcomb right on top of
All right. On the track, 7. He's on the track, still walking.
Yeah, so that is a hold against Madison Central as they mark it off. We're trying to get a shot of West, who is on the track. He's walked downfield. He's talking to some fans over here. I'm so confused right now as to what's going on. We'll try to confirm exactly what the call was there. He came in for a couple of plays and then came back on the field. So, Angie, we're confused up here in the booth too. Here's a handoff back to Hensley. Let's just get back to the action, to the 40-yard line for Brady.
good run.
Yeah, flag comes in behind the play. Late flag coming in. I mean, it has been an insane number of penalties thrown here in this fourth quarter. We talked about it early, Tom. You know, emotions run high. And it's on Ryland Rhodes of Madison Central.
Well, I feel sorry for the players. And the reason I do is because this has turned into a, what do you call it, a fiasco?
Yeah, a flag fest.
A flag
for sure.
fest, fiasco, pajama party, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, it has just been penalty after penalty. We got a shot of West here walking around with us, holding his helmet. Again, we thought he was ejected. He came back in for a couple of plays, and now he's walking around on the track. So we're not exactly sure what's going on with the Madison Central star wide receiver.
He's back on the sideline now.
Here's a handoff, Parker Mullins. Running near side. Mullins changes over to his left hand, and another flag comes in. Flag at the 30. There has been a flag on 4 straight plays now as we see the run here from Hensley. Flag thrown at the 30-yard line.
Gentlemen, it's a 32-point ball game.
It's a hold against Central.
It's 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go.
Oh, my goodness. Tom, Hugh, can we get a flag count, please? How many penalties now?
Well, before this play was 9 against Henry Clay and 10 against Central before this play.
So that's 20 penalties total.
Yeah.
All right, what yard line, guys?
They're going to set it down on the
20.
20.
So it's 2nd and 25. And Holcomb livid right now. And he just pointed up at the scoreboards like, guys, what are we doing? Yeah, and now the White Hat still chatting with Holcomb.
I don't know the rule with the. Oh man, they're good.
They're going at it.
They're jawing now.
Yeah, and I mean I understand Holcomb's frustration. I mean, like they're just trying to get out of here and get to next week. I mean, for as beautiful of a first half as this game was for Madison Central, it again has just gone completely the other way here in the second half. The defense has been so good, but the flags and everything else that's gone on has just slowed down this game and the offense, and now there's more stoppage in play. This is where we missed Dawson down the sidelines just trying to get us an update.
I don't think anybody can get you.
That's true, Samantha. Yeah.
I'm looking at KHSA competition.
Yeah, Holcomb now chatting with the side judge.
I don't think, whatever the conversation is, it's not going to get anything accomplished.
Yeah.
But we need to just play football and get this 6:04 over with.
Yeah, I think Holcomb at this point is just letting his thoughts, his opinions of these officials be known here tonight. Mullins another night out. Yeah, Holcomb very frustrated right now. Now talking to some of his coaching staff, they have to blow a timeout here and stop this clock. I think there was a player supposed to have been on the field that wasn't. And Mike Holcomb now chatting with his players. 5:56 to play. Indians way out in front of this one, Tom, but it has been a very interesting fourth quarter. While we've got a second, we do want to say thank you to our game sponsors tonight. Folks, re-elect Republican Steve Tussey for Madison County Jailer. Steve's a native of Madison County who has proven that he is a man of integrity and commitment. That's paid for by Steve Tussey. Also vote to re-elect Reagan Taylor as your Madison County Judge Executive to keep building a better Madison County. That's paid for by the friends of Reagan Taylor for Judge Executive, Myron Fisher, Treasurer. And Matthew Vaughn is working today for Richmond's tomorrow. Vote Vaughn for Richmond City Commission.
52-18, Estill County, a big winner tonight.
Over Lewis County. Here's a handoff. Hensley again. Another nice hole and a first down. And how about this? A first down carry and no flag on the play to negate it as the Indians will move the sticks and continue to move that clock.
Yeah, about 8 yards on that carry. He looks so good tonight. It's a breath of fresh air to see him running back to par here this evening.
So 1st and 10. Clock now under 5.5 to play. Harrison going to go up under center. Hand off to Parker Mullins again. No running room. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. See, a 3-yard pickup. To the 46-yard line. It has been a interesting second half. Madison Central had a 42-10 lead at the half. We've been stuck on that number ever since. Tom, Indians had 2 chances in that third quarter to just put it away, get a running clock, and a couple of turnovers negated that. And then here in the third and fourth quarters, we've had just penalties galore all over the field.
I got a feeling you're going to be cutting out that play and letting Coach Holcomb send that up.
Hensley breaks 1 tackle, but not much running room after. Yards after contact. Hensley's had a nice night with that number as well. Gets it to the 42-yard line. 3rd down and 3 now for the Indians. And now Tom, Madison Central in that mode of just taking their time, working the clock, and let's get the heck out of here and get to Dunbar next week.
Smart thing to do. We needed to get out of that. That was crazy.
So Coach Holcomb's wife, Debbie, watching on the stream, she said Breathitt's game has been over for 45 minutes, and they're home and in bed. So
yeah, that's true, Debbie.
Well, Dunbar and Oldham just ended the 3rd, so they're not much better.
Oh, wow. Well, Dunbar and Oldham County just ended in the 3rd quarter. What's the score, Tom? Or Hugh?
42-22.
42-22, Dunbar. Going to be fun. The line judge just set it back. So it's 4th down and a yard for Madison Central. And we talked about it earlier. Coach Holcomb has been around a long time. He's seen everything. There's a couple of things tonight that I don't know if he has seen before. We had the play earlier where the ball carrier didn't get tackled and the referees blew it dead. And now here in the 4th quarter, all these penalties and things. Hand off Hensley. He will have the 1st down. Hensley still on his feet. And he'll just run out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
I was going to tell you earlier, the one bright side, you don't want to see anybody get hurt. And Hensley, how many games did he end up missing there?
I think it was 5.
5?
He played in the Dunbar game, but he only played like 10 snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his ability to come back and to rehab is only going to make him better and only going to make him stronger, and I think we're seeing that tonight.
Yeah, he missed the Southern game was the first game he missed. He came back for the first game of district. So it was either 4 or 5 games that he missed. And then, of course, like I said, played very sparingly in the Dunbar game. 3:09 to play. Clock stops. They'll hand it off Mullins, straight up the middle. Parker running and being tackled from behind. Sets up a 1st and goal, Madison Central. And pushing and shoving on that far side.
Yeah, I saw a white jersey go landing on top of him a little bit late, but no flag.
Keeping score now.
27 for 236, Mullins 13 for 139.
Wow, Hensley over 230 yards rushing, Mullins over 135 yards rushing. Those 2 guys have been so good tonight. 2:45 on the clock. Central inside the 5-yard line. It is 1st down and goal.
Let's go ahead and put it in right now, and then we can have a running clock.
Let's see if we get Mullins again here. Harrison, he's going to keep it himself. The QB sneak into the end zone, and a touchdown for the Indians. Harrison got behind his big offensive line, punches it in, and the Indians finally get that running clock, something that we thought they might have early on in the 3rd. Tom, they finally get it with 2:24 to play in this 4th quarter.
We got the Jackie Robinson extra point coming up.
Tom Gross, Michael Watkins here with you, folks. Glad to have you on the game with us. And, Tom, Indians trying to get this PAT to close it out. 48-10 your score, and more and on for the extra point. Snap is good. Morin puts it through. 49-10, Madison Central. We'll step aside and come back for 1 minute. We're here live on WBON TV.
Hello, I'm William O'Donnell, your candidate for Madison County Sheriff. In these ever-changing times, I understand the need for a sheriff's office that is progressive in its approach to crime and the public safety issues within our county. If elected, my focus will be on increasing police presence, targeting street-level drug traffickers, and increasing the overall efficiency of this office. I will bring dedication and accountability to this sheriff's office so it effectively serves the citizens of Madison County. Let's make a difference on November 8th. Join me by voting William O'Donnell for Madison County Sheriff.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
Back here on WBON as the running clock will take effect in the kickoff, and Madison Central will get out of here. They'll advance to the second round of the playoffs next week, but that's the answer to one of the questions is can they win and where will they play at? That's at Dunbar next week. As a nice return here by Henry Clay, going to set up the Blue Devils at the 29-yard line. Again, so that's the answer to the question of when and where next week. But there are so many more questions between now and then to be answered. And the biggest one is who is going to be out on the field. We know Jaden West came back in for one play. Now, I'm not sure if the officials said he had to come back out. There was no official ejection per se. Like the official didn't say number 7 is ejected. But from the way he reacted, he immediately came over to the sideline. And then he was over there. The crowd was like booing the officials. We thought that meant maybe he was ejected. But again, he came back in for one play and then immediately came back out and hasn't been back in since. So that's one question. We got questions about Travis Grant. Is he coming back next week? And, it's been interesting as we have gone through here in the second half. That is the only score of the second half. And now Henry Clay will run the football. And that young man right there, number 3, Jacob Childers, a senior, his career will come to an end. He'll come off the field for the final time as a Henry Clay Blue Devil. What a great year and a great game he's had tonight.
Yeah, and a really impressive running back. And he's getting some good congratulations there on the sideline. He well deserves that.
Van Horn will hand it off. This time to number 13. That's Trace Olmstead, another senior. He'll get a first down run as the sticks will move. 38 seconds, probably one more play here for Henry Clay. Van Horn, number 10, is a senior quarterback. So he'll end his career with Henry Clay here. He'll take one more snap.
He looks like a basketball athlete, too. May see him down the road here.
Van Horn going to keep it himself. Pressured, gets away, and going to be hit. Flag comes in.
He tried to okey-doke.
Yeah. Hard to okey-doke when you're getting chased down and held from. It will be a horse collar tackle. Clock does have to stop because of the flag that came in.
One more play.
So is this Van Horn related to Darren Van Horn that went to Hayes?
Now, Samantha just asked us the question like, you think we know all? You think it's it? Yeah, I don't know that one.
And he played for Transit.
Okay, yeah, Darren Van Horn. So the game comes to an end. They will let the clock run down. And Madison Central, with all that being said, will finally walk away with the victory. Indians, 49-10 over Henry Clay. That's going to be your final score as we close things out from here in Richmond. We'll step aside and come back for the post-game show brought to you by Chenault Vineyards here live on WBON TV.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here on WBON TV as we wrap things up from here in Richmond on the Chenault Vineyards postgame show. Chenault Vineyards has become the go-to destination for families and friends to enjoy fun and entertainment in a relaxing environment. See why so many people spend their weekends at Chenault Vineyards at ChenaultVineyards.com for a complete schedule and a list of events at Chenault Vineyards. Tom, Indians earned a hard-fought, much-needed victory tonight. Obviously, it's much needed because if you lose, you go home. But a good confidence builder as they now make their way through, a potential postseason run. Good way to get it started here with a 49-10 win over Henry Clay.
Yes, and it was good to see some really bright spots tonight. Number one, you had several players that really stepped it up tonight and had fantastic games. Number two, it was great to see Hensley back to his normal, I call it normal form.
Yeah,
it's not anywhere near normal. It's fantastic,
Yeah.
but what a great game, a 200-yard game in the playoffs tonight, and that's only going to get better the way I feel he's running right now. He's trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see. And then, you got to go to the defense tonight. They
impressive.
Held them to 10 points all evening long. A field goal and one touchdown.
Yeah.
And the one touchdown was two defenders going for an interception rather than playing defense, and that was the only touchdown they scored tonight.
And while it wasn't pretty, still a very impressive game. The second half, there are some things that Coach Holcomb, I'm sure, is not going to be happy with the way his team closed this game out. But to get the victory, you move on, you kind of let's take a breath. Let's go on to next week. Now we'll play Dunbar again. There are some questions that will need to be answered between now and then. But still a nice win and a good way to get the postseason started here tonight with that victory over Henry Clay. Your final stats are brought to you by Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry in Berea, they work hard to help you get the beautiful, healthy smile that you deserve. Like them on Facebook to learn more about Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry in Berea. We'll look at the game numbers. Again, the score 49-10. Indians 396 rushing yards, 489 yards total for Madison Central. They have the penalties were one of the things that are going to be concerned. 11 of those for 131 yards, 9 for 87 for Henry Clay. Time of possession, not really a factor because they scored so quick on so many occasions, 18-31 to 29-29 for Henry Clay. But some of these numbers kind of concerning, Tom. Even though you win 1 of 5 on third down, 2 of 3, though, on fourth down. But this is what I'd like to see. 5 of 5 on red zone scores. You get in the red zone 5 times. You score touchdowns all 5 times. Very impressive number there. Now, here's the eye-popping individual stats. Brady Hensley, 236 yards on 27 carries and 3 touchdowns. Parker Mullins, 13 carries, 139 yards and a score. Hagan Harrison, 21 yards on 4 carries in the touchdown run. He was also 2 of 4 through the air. 2 touchdown passes, 1 pick, and 93 yards passing. He had that one big touchdown pass to Jaden West for 61 yards and one big one to Brady Hensley for 32 yards. And Leo Sotelo, my goodness, 15 tackles for Sotelo tonight. Sam Farmer, 9, Braxton Hodges and Tavion Kirby, 6. As the defense, you talked about it, played really well well.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the defensive play here. Anytime, like they did what they needed to do, get out, punch them in the mouth first, get the points on the board, and then let the chips fall where they may. And that's exactly how it played out this evening. And the defense held their ground throughout this entire football game.
Madison Central will win 49-10, your final score, as we wrap things from up here in Richmond. Appreciate all the folks that joined us tonight. Really impressive showcase and a really impressive game for the Madison Central Indians. And as we wrap things up, let's now crown our CT Diesel performance of the game. A lot of guys that could have been candidates tonight, Tom, especially on the defensive side. But when you run for 396 yards, how do you not give it to the guys up front, creating those holes, opening up those lanes, and blocking for Brady Hensley, Parker Mullins, and Hagan Harrison? Our CT Diesel performance of the game is going to be the offensive line tonight for Madison Central. Very impressive showcase for the offense, and just really impressive to see how well they blocked. Folks, if you want your vehicle to perform like like the offensive line did tonight for Madison Central, take it to CT Diesel Performance, located off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Dorn and his staff service all vehicles, big or small. Like them on Facebook to learn how you can receive a free oil change at CT Diesel Performance in Richmond. Had Hugh and Ron back tonight. Appreciate those guys being with us. What a terrific game to be a part of. Our crew, excellent job once again. Our producer, Austin Hanks, did a great job for us tonight. And our cameraman, awesome work for them as well. We had Copeland Peterson down below our replay cam tonight, Jacob Beck, and our high and wide cam, Jericho Puckett. All those guys doing a tremendous job once again. We start the postseason with the win. We move on to next week at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. We'll keep you updated on where we'll be next week. Hopefully, we'll be allowed to come over there and stream the game for you folks. But be sure to check us out throughout this week, and we'll let you know for sure about next Friday. For all of us and Samantha Burford as well, he's Tom Gross, and I'm Michael Watkins. We'll see you next time on WBON TV.